amongst all of them. You know what I'm saying? Even amongst the Nilo-Saharan groups and the Afrasian groups, and they started a trend in cultural commonality in those regions, and they started their pharaonic dynasty kingship right in the middle there. You know what I'm saying? Right in the middle, in the middle Nile region, we're talking about what we would call Nubia today.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
That's what I was saying. It's a shared, but that's what all of them say, man. It's a shared culture coming in multiple directions. So to say that one gave one the other is erroneous.
That's what I'm gonna say.
And two, even before this shit formulated, some of them North Sudanese, some of the I ain't gonna say North Sudanese. New Sudanese is a loaded word, because anybody, you could be Afro-Asian, you could be Sudanese, or you could
right.
be
That's what I'm trying to say to like, but anyway, they're just talking about the region.
Yeah, but even them northern Nilotes, you know what I'm saying, compared to their Dinka and Noah relative, they have more what they call Coptic component or Eurasian component from back migration, just from admixture. But they still, kept you know what I'm saying, in those regions, in those certain regions, had more, Nilos and more, more tropical populations in those areas, more so than the northern regions did. You know what I'm saying? But the northern regions still had they,
yeah, we not, we don't take that.
They still mix with back migrations. Coming from the Levant or whatever. Too.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to drive home. Because sometimes when we say, it comes from Nubia, they thinking like the Nubian.
Oh, that's what I'm
they talk about a region. When they say the Sudanese,
I know what I'm saying.
Sudanese, they're talking about the region.
Listen, this is what I'm saying, and I'm gonna stand on this. That the kingship, that the burial practices, the foundation of the whole fucking culture is on death and dying. The Book of the Dead. The whole 9 yards, dying. Out of the dying and the burial practices rises the kingship of many kings. And this is moving down the fucking river. Nobody's flying up the motherfucking river. That's not going down in those time periods I'm talking about. The ship moves downstream and it supplants the cultures that are in the northern regions. In the northern regions, you will find villages. You do not find villages. In the southern area, you find mobile fucking communities. Pastoralists, herders. This is what I'm saying. The religion, Hawthorne, right? All that. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not stuttering.
Yeah, we're just dealing with Upper Egypt. I'm just dealing with Upper Egypt. We're dealing with Upper Egypt. We don't care nothing about what happened in Lower. We're going to deal with Upper.
Right. And I'm saying that Upper Egypt culture coalesced with the Khartoum culture.
And I'm looking at the Apis cult. You saying there's something earlier than that. You got an Apis, a bull burial older.
Yes, they come out of the Napata people because that was their contribution to the middle. Now everybody put their
but he's saying 6,000.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody put their cultural roots in and became one.
Yeah, but he's saying 6,000.
So let's not leave out the Eastern
type thing when they create them sacral chieftains.
Yeah, hold on, but he's saying 6. But what period? I'm trying to find a date because I don't see nothing 6,000 BC. So I'm trying to get something that I can look at that goes back 6,000. I see 3.
I got him.
3,000 BC.
So you got to understand those dates aren't going to be.
Seraphim of Saqqara.
We got to watch out for the kids. They don't be thinking about all that. We got to think about that.
Right.
Nah, I don't whip him because I seen him. I heard him. He was running back and forth. I was like, I'm gonna take my time. I can't let the mama get me.
You got an older bull burial you know about?
You say what? Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm trying to find an older. I see one with Menez, 3,000 BC. I don't see nothing before that.
Yeah, you mean like yeah, we got some old. Yeah, I got some. Yeah, I got it. I'm just, me. I got to spend some money to get it. You ain't gonna get it free. They gonna tell me, you ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. They'll make you pay for that.
Yeah,
no, you good though. No. We good, yo. We rocking. We ain't done. No, you good. Yeah, I ain't coming no off the wall shit. And yeah, that's why I say let's get very specific now. I'm closing it all down.
Yeah, we staying right in Upper Egypt. We been took Lower Egypt. We ain't fighting over that no. We done took Lower Egypt. We gonna deal with
y'all can have Lower Egypt. Yeah, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it.
Upper Egypt.
That wasn't dominant culture. See, people get it mixed up. They think
that's what I'm saying. We don't gotta worry about that. We're gonna stay with Upper Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't gotta stay focused on Upper Egypt. So
and you know, the evidence of that throughout history is the conflict that they constantly had with Upper Egypt throughout that history.
Lower Egypt.
Yeah, Lower Egypt, my bad.
I mean, those different population groups, man, they motherfucker, they moving around. You know what I'm saying? The conflict gonna start when the motherfucker gonna start, when niggas start farming.
So they talking about they the king. They like, what? Let me come up here and take care of
the
it.
Bedarian culture was farming. They say somewhere around 5,000 BCE, but they put it somewhere, but they say at least 4,400 BCE. You got farming right there in the region where the Bedarian culture is at.
Oh, you know my thing. Yo, farming ain't essential.
Yeah, I know that dude you read. Yeah.
Nah, that dude serious though, and that's more than just that dude though. I got a lot of that. Like that. That's just one. I'm gonna use 4 people. Yeah, farming ain't. Now, farming is essential in Mesopotamia. That's how their villages is formed. So when you and so, what I would like to tell the listening audience is that there's a certain way to identify villages. Most people don't know that. You can identify villages, right, in Mesopotamia from like a 7,000 year period. Like Ur and all that, them cities go back to 7,000 years.
So
7,000 BCE, they got villages. Nah, that's cool. Come on, yo, you gotta let them have it. You can't argue.
Yeah. You got. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, circle for me.
But
they can change.
But I want to show. I want to show you how. I want to show you how we can identify that. So from 7,000 all the way to 3,400 BCE, they don't got no kings. I'm gonna say this again. From 7,000 to 4,000 to 3,400 BCE, there's no kings, right? In the Nile Valley, right? From about let me get this straight now. Maybe around 4,000 BCE to about 3,400. No, let me go back a little more. Let me go 4,500 BCE, about 800 years, right? It took niggas 800 years to get to the single kingship. Where it took them 7,000, 6,000 years. No, from 7,000 to 4,000 is about what, 4,000 years or so? Yeah, it took them a long ass time to get to that. It only took people in the Nile Valley 800 years. And there's a reason why. And I will prove that reason why. I will absolutely prove why. And it's right in front of everybody's face. So what you can't do is, you can't talk about the villages and not understand how we can identify a village and how we know why something is a village. So from 7,000 years in Ur, right, all the way to 4,300, right, where they started talking about Mesopotamia and all that, the villages came and went. But when the village die out, they don't just move to another place. They build a village on top of the older village. And that's how we identify this, because over time, the shit starts to build up. And so you see these big ass pop build up over time of villages. And that's how they know these villages, because villages are built on villages. But when you go to the landscape in the Nile Valley, and we identify it as the Nile Valley, you do not find these big mound structures like that of villages being over time. Nope. If y'all understand Native Americans and how the Native Americans had 2 homes, right? They moved. They was mobile. Then you'll understand how it was in the Nile. They mobile. They moved, right? Now watch this. We got caught up in making farming the greatest thing since buttered bread, right? Don't get it fucked up. It's essential at a certain point for real, right? But the reality is these people were fine with the mobile communities because they had meat, they had cattle, and they just would plant some shit when they moved seasonally and come back to that area. All the shit was growing. When they came back, they chopped it down. How do we know they had grinding stones and microliths? So the first industry, and I'm gonna say this again, the actual first industry that put them on the world stage was they microliths. That's the shit they was selling that them niggas didn't have to make their money. But these mobile communities, right, traverse back and forth, right? The millions of dollars was spent in Europe because you write in Europe, and of course they can study that area. They put millions of dollars in it. What they did was they supposed that the settled villages was the way all civilization started. So they cookie cutted it. They just simply put the same model, right, over top of the Nile Valley and say, yeah, this is what it was Now we realize that no, that's not what it is. Any qualified archaeologist say, no, that's not. When I look at that area there, that's a raised area, a large raised area. That means villages was here. When we go to the Nile Valley, look at those areas, we do not see that. And I can prove that, and I can verify that. Simple. So the way we get to our thing is different than the way they get to their thing. The way the Native Americans in America got to their thing is different than the way they got to their thing. So human beings reach same conclusions, right? Based off of different environments, but you still can reach. So actually governing, like we seem to be stuck right now, right? Our communities wasn't stuck. They moved. Watch this. When they settled, right, for 6 months, the leadership was different. As they moved, the pattern of the way they ruled was different. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have different rules as you move, right? People was resistant to farming. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't it. No, we resisting that. We don't gotta. That's farming didn't catch on. We think okay, they started farming. Then after that, they fed large population. That's not even how that went. And they faked y'all out. They hate you thinking that.
That's because farming is hard work.
Good point.
It's backbreaking work. That's why people resisted it, and it could be governed. You moving around, you can basically do what you want to do, but with farming comes people governing the land and actually making you work for the state. Damn near, you dig what I'm saying? Private property. So, yeah. But anyways, most of the time when you see large scale farming, it was actually organized by political entities. So you have to be able to. It wasn't that they didn't choose to do it. Like, yeah, that's what grew society and made societies and populations grow. So whenever you saying farming, you saying advancement. So that's the only place I differ with you at. But I will say this, that I want you to keep going because that was a good build. But the only reason I interjected is because I started a new stream and I need y'all to get y'all funky asses over to the new stream, right? Because that show was going for 4 hours and I need to end that and start a new stream so Vance can upload them both without it taking 2 days to upload the goddamn, what's the name? Go over to the new stream. The link is in the chat.
All right. Hold on.
That was a good build.
I don't see no links, yeah.
And some people, you know,
in the back chat, you talk about in the back chat or the real chat?
No, you don't got to
anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some people may resist farming or give up on farming because, you know, a catastrophe could happen. You feel me? And people starving, they're gonna eat the seeds and they're gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna go back to our old shit. You know what I mean? So some people pick it up and it might do it for a little while and then regions dry up, a drought happen and they give it up. You know what I mean? So there's various reasons why, you know, certain people don't pick it up, but we know that Egypt will pop them off as agriculture. You ain't gonna lock down no area mobile. No.
Yeah, I don't agree to that.
They don't become a dynasty to farming after farming.
You're not gonna take farming away from Egypt, yo. That shit is essential.
Yeah. We can't.
No. You can run all in the Green Sahara. You can run down in Nubia, but you're not going. We ain't that stupid. You're not going to take farming away from Egypt and think you still got. You know what I mean? Dynastic Egypt. It doesn't work like that.
You can't get happy. You can't get happy.
Yeah, now you're getting too happy.
Y'all niggas are silly, man.
No, but go ahead. Tell us why we wrong.
I was about to give y'all a compliment because I couldn't even have this conversation with most people because they don't understand the worthiness of farming. They don't understand how communities start around farming. They couldn't give y'all a good basis, right? But they're caught up in the old model. So I want to make it clear because sometimes my teaching style, right, I don't be exact enough. So let me work on the clarity point. I'm not saying that they did not have farming. I'm saying that none of these niggas sitting up here in this panel can actually find farming during the Nakata period. Does anybody challenge me on that? Where the kingship is already in place. Does anybody challenge me on that? I'm just asking you.
Challenge you.
You won't tell the Nakata period.
I said Nakata.
What time? Yeah, they had farming in Nakata.
Yeah, Nakata's like 4,400. Nakata's like 4,400.
That 3,400. No, Spencer, 34. That shit is only 300 years before dynastic. So they ain't come up with farming until 300 years later.
Nah, they
like
been farming.
What? That's crazy as hell.
It wasn't. But remember, I said now as they mobile move back and forth, they would plant seasonally. Remember, I talked about that. But that wasn't the essential industry, is what I'm saying. I said the microlith industry was the essential industry, unlike in Mesopotamia, where they farming was essential.
Well, I think that we already had cities by the Nakata period. And
yeah, but you didn't.
Hold on, those cities wasn't. These people didn't. They wasn't seasonal in these cities. They didn't come there for half the year and then leave it. No, they were sedentary settlements at the Nakata period. These people wasn't just. Now you might can show mobile communities that still existed at the Nakata time. But we're saying in Egypt at the Nakata period, yeah, farming was established.
Yeah, but you know, if that's the truth, you're going to come up with the grain. I'm saying you're not going to be able to find wholesale farming because you don't got the grains. You don't got the archaeology. I got the archaeology.
Man, you sound crazy. This ain't always going straight at, yo.
No, we're not going straight. We've reached a point of contention. I'm going to shut up because I'm not doing the show. But what y'all can do is show me the archaeological days. It shows that at that time period, they had wide-scale farming. That's all y'all got to do. But y'all bad yourself. Same way New York Mike did it. Go Google yourself to death. Go for it. I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah,
I need everybody to come over to the new show.
Damn, I cannot find. I'm not saying y'all all wrong.
So hard. They sitting on the other show when I told them.
Arguing. Are they arguing?
Some people probably be behind, Chef. They probably haven't even gotten to the part where you told them to leave.
No, it ain't behind. They because half of them didn't left and went over there, but it's still 50-something people still in there. I'm gonna end this stream. I'm gonna end that stream on y'all. I'm telling y'all. Y'all gonna look crazy.
Trying to be nice. That shit's funny. Where you at? Hey, Sosa, where you at, yo? Where you at?
I think he tapped out. Corey tapped out for right now. Yeah, you tapped him out. You tapped him out on.
Tapped him out. Mike said bread and bed.
I didn't do a set of them over here like, man, they don't even. So these people got all kind of megalithic monuments. He talking about some bread and beer.
I mean, he right though. I wasn't mad at him for that. We ain't mad.
Right.
But see, when the conversation get real, right? When we slow them down for the E1, B1, A1, E1, when we slow them down, say, okay, bro, what did they bring? What was the things that bore the culture? See, because I'm gonna bring the things that bear that bore the culture, bro.
Right.
You and I know, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even hit him with the other shit, but based on what I just hit him with. Like that shit ain't mythical. Yeah, the culture is based around death. To bury the king. You know what I'm saying? Shit, the way you bury yourself. That's the culture right there.
And the clue is who is the chief god and the crown.
Oh no, don't do it.
That's why I said the sacred chieftain. You know what I'm saying? That's all part of being sacred and keeping shit sacred and making the chief, making the chief a sacred, person or with all that shit. All that shit started, in that middle Nile area.
He said,
yeah, in that middle Nile. Where the middle Nile area? Yo, Khartoum, right? That's Khartoum.
Yeah, we're gonna hit him right with that. Yeah, that's the middle.
The middle Nile is Khartoum. Right or wrong, Gullo?
Gonna try to take us all the way to the Delta.
Aswan, Elephantine, all that.
Khartoum, yeah, that's the middle Nile. James.
Yeah, but see, he talking about middle. That's middle Egypt. That's what.
No, no, no. Middle Nile is the Khartoum in Libya. That's the Middle Nile, yo.
Yeah, but right? We know this river system goes all the way down. But we just talking about just the Nubia, Egypt part.
Yeah, that's the middle. That's the Middle Nile. Khartoum and all that is in the Middle Nile.
Right.
Yep. Where you found a lot of people at. That I never get it.
James. The Middle Nile starts at southern Egypt.
You said at southern Egypt.
You including Khartoum in the Middle Nile?
Nah, he's not doing that.
Yeah, we had Gullah real quick. Pop back. I know you with the family.
No. I ain't saying that wasn't the Middle Nile. I just saying the Middle Nile starts at southern Egypt. It just starts there.
And then which way does it go from there, north or south?
Yeah, we ain't get the answer, yo. We trying to figure it out, yo. The Middle Nile is where Khartoum and all that's at.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He's trying to start it at Aswan, which really still is Nubia, but they don't even understand that how that border fluctuated, and they took that part of Nubia and the New Kingdom. That's when they took that area right there. So they took probably about 400 to 500 miles of Nubian territory in the New Kingdom. That's off in that video,
Yeah, nigga ain't no word.
It just.
Yeah,
I want to ask Sosa, right? Sosa, did you view that video? You said you looked at it.
Yeah,
right?
I watched it.
Okay, so yeah, what was your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's his theory and it ain't been accepted yet. I see what he was trying to point out. Because he's basically trying to point out that that the civilization start there because a lot of the symbolism that's on that little natural forming rock look like what they're showing up in Egypt and shit. So
it's called patternicity, bro.
It's a good theory. Look,
he say theory.
I mean, that's all.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, well, watch this. This is theory. Hold on, Sosa.
Hey, no. See what I say? Don't do.
Let her fight.
Okay.
Yo, you gotta let that go, yo. I can bring that home. Yeah. I could bring that all the way home because everybody just got a theory, yo. Quiet as it's kept, James. See, I know this, James. That shit, nigga, can't.
Let me fall back.
Everybody got
that shit. So I'm saying now we gotta go with the most. Okay, now what's making the most sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, where else you gonna swing it?
Nah, I don't.
There's details. You can't say no other way. We looking at it. We looking at this shit. Oh, damn. See, Sosa, more than anybody, he can at least respect it because he studies ancient religion before religion. Like, he know niggas will worship rocks, all kinds of structures and shit. Tree formation become their god. They see a human figure in a tree formation, and that'll be the great ancestor. Like, we know that. That's the early shit. Yeah, that's the early shit right there. Where you looking at a mountain, nigga. Like, okay, you know I'm sick with this shit.
Animism.
Yeah. The Hebrews do it.
Yeah, I just was trying to quiz him to see if he watched it.
I watched it a couple times because he was getting on my nerve all that goddamn stuttering and stammering. I was like, God damn, but I watched it.
Yeah. He do a lot of stuttering.
I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah, you watched it, then yeah, that's fucking stuttering. I was like, what's wrong? It's like he's scared to admit that.
I was like, this nigga nervous.
Yeah. You know why? He got every right to be nervous.
This nigga was scared. He was scared.
He was like, damn, yo, man.
I ain't even supposed to be telling y'all this.
I know. He's like, damn. The thing that make it so good is he the only nigga that did the excavation, though. Niggas got away from that. He took over rising and shit, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, the holies of holies, the sacred shit. And that's what from there, yo, that's the point. From there, you hit in an African trade from there, right?
Right.
That's another point. That's another key point right there.
If that person is Menes, I think it was just somebody whose name was somewhat similar. If that's
not Menes,
Menin or whatever.
Menin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit too. That little cave area. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna bring the detail. I'm gonna bring all that together, yo. Yeah, and y'all just got ready to bring all that together. You ain't gonna be able to do it.
Ain't no goddamn Egypt without that farming, bro. Like, but I want to see where them canes come from.
You said without what? Farming?
Yeah, without
yeah,
farming.
I think that was an important part of it. But see, I also I listen to what
end up being that.
Yeah, you have to listen to everything they're saying, and some things that don't add up, you're gonna maybe have to reconstruct yourself because sometimes they get it wrong too. They're just putting this shit together like anybody else that has all of the information, and then they just give their hypothesis on what they think. That's all this is. So Dr. Clark and them reviewed the information and told y'all what they think.
Yeah, but they excavated it far, far beyond what
Yeah. So but see,
that's
the luxury we have now is we can analyze new data.
We got the luxury of a multidisciplinary practice, man. We got so many other things that we can tap into.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely more advanced, but without them putting us on the right track, so to speak, we would be lost still.
Because I don't even think did Dr. Ben even talk about the Green Sahara? Was that even in the information at that time? Looking at the drawing of the Green Sahara and all that shit. I think some of that's more modern. I don't know if that was even in that time.
Yeah, I think they had that information. I don't think he had access to that information.
Yeah, because I don't remember them talking about like Nakata periods and Nakata.
Right.
Like, yeah, that would say we're far, far past where they were.
Plus, you needed the technology of radiocarbon dating.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, you would need to
I think that's the part that we have, but I think they did know about Napata. If I'm not mistaken, Dr. Benham did know about Napata.
What's going on, y'all?
Ain't much. What's good?
Not so much.
I'm trying to show that the kingship. You're talking about Nubia.
You still having this argument?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the final one. This is supposed to be the one. We finish us off.
We just gonna disregard the people that live there.
Yeah, just wait.
Man, if you want me to pull up the map of the indoctrination that's in Africa right now, we can do that too.
Yeah, we chilling right now. You can show it up. Yeah.
I was saving bullets. Y'all are aware.
Saving bullets for what he do as a presentation.
But Africa's totally indoctrinated with either Muslim history or
European. Of course.
So you looking at maybe a 70-40, maybe by now, maybe a 60-30, a 60-40, 60-40 split, or maybe a 70-30 split, as far as like what the indoctrination level is in Africa.
Yeah, Islam and Christianity definitely went through Africa. Yeah.
Right. So see, that's why I'm talking about. So people say, well, why do y'all keep going back past those particular parts of history? Because that's the part of history that they left out that for us to retrieve and claim something of our own. That's what Dr. Clark and them agenda was. They're chronologists. They're chronologists. They're just dealing with the chronology of the history, going back and trying to find out what we were lied about historically. Like he even said in The Great and Mighty Walk, someone told him that he comes from a people with no history, and that's what started him on the journey to find African history.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, or his story, so to speak.
Yeah, I remember that statement. Right. I've seen all the junks you've seen. Trust me.
Yeah, so that's the journey that we're on. We're on the same journey that he's on.
Yeah, but with way more tools, way more information at our fingertips.
Yeah, but
we can know he had to get on a goddamn plane and fly to get.
Well, but if that's the case, then why the hell are we still arguing about the same shit they already figured out?
No, they ain't figured it out, man. They was wrong about
Hold up. So Dr. Clark didn't figure. Hold up. Dr. Clark didn't figure out that the civilization started with the origins was a southern origin. Sudan was the origins of it, and then that it goes out.
Yeah, but they weren't dealing with. They didn't have genetics. They weren't dealing with the
You don't have to have genetics. They didn't even need genetics.
Yeah, but
that's what's even. So you got to get them credit.
They weren't dealing with back migrations and shit like that, and different population groups and that, man. Like they weren't even dealing with that.
That's the micro that y'all are doing about it. You don't even have to go that far with what y'all are doing with going to DNA and all of that stuff. The point of the matter is simple and plain. That it's an African origin of civilization, like they see it.
Let me ask you this.
They already said this before.
Yeah, would you care?
Just going to somebody mixed now? Like it's like.
Would you care though? Let me ask you this: would you care about Egypt if we found out that the ancient Egyptians look exactly like the modern population there now? Would you still have the same love?
Well, I wouldn't have no affinity for that part of it, but I know that the southern, because I'm looking for my. Hold up, listen to what I'm saying. I'm looking for my history. I'm not looking for Arab history. I look at the people that's there right now as Arab.
Nobody care about it.
So no, if it's some Arab-looking people that started that civilization, I would not have an affinity for.
They're culturally Arab. That's like saying we're Americans, bro.
Well, yeah,
we're culturally American.
But hold up, you got different types of Americans. We are African Americans, right?
Yeah, right. They're culturally Arabs, bro. It's culture,
and we call them Arabized Africans in the north.
Because culture, but that would be what 60-70% of Africa culturally Arabs.
No, that's just the northern.
You're not understanding that Islam swept through that area.
No, I do understand. I know exactly what happened.
Okay, so then when he says they're culturally Arab, he's not saying how they, as far as genetically, who they may be, but just practitioner-wise and culture-wise, they identify with being Arab. So
yeah, you don't throw away Mali just because they got down with Islam.
So what is so when someone takes on that type of religion like that, why would they do so? Are they doing so with the understanding?
A lot of them are forced to do so under
same way we took
the government. A lot of them are forced.
Okay, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, but if once you find out the correct history, like someone, so evidently someone told them that Muhammad did this, that's this, that, and the other, or someone told somebody about Christianity, Jesus, and so they starting their history off right there. That's what they're doing. So they have a historical understanding based on religion.
But you gotta first understand how a theocracy works. So theocracy, for one, is gonna limit the education. Women and children don't have the right to education under theocracy, and the men that do won't challenge other men unless they are what you call Islamic scholars or studiers of Islam. And the last thing a ruler wants to do is to have another scholar tell him how he's governing the people is wrong, because it's not according to Islam. It's not according to their Bible or their book. So, and that happens. So yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen for just a regular layperson to be able to just challenge information like that. Under a theocracy, a lot of that stuff is forced, and you either accept it due to the rulership, or you find yourself in a situation where you get punished publicly.
Correct.
So when you talk about culture, them being culturally Arab is us being culturally American. It's just American. Being culturally American is not modern day, some people may disagree, oppression like modern day Islamic oppression. There's a difference. You go to Sudan, there's modern day Islamic oppression. The guy that they have now, he's cool, but the guy before him was a complete asshole.
Yeah, I'm aware of the war. That's why they just split the country in half. They just split the country in half about 10 years ago.
Exactly. So
I think that's more so. I think that's more so dealing with the cultures of one of them wants to stay. I think that the Islamic culture is pushing down south, and the people that want to stay in Christians, or the people in the south, and the people that want to be Islamic are pushing down. So that's why they're taking care of it.
The problem they have is those people from Ethiopia are coming into places of the Sudan, are coming into other places under Islamic rule, and are converting people.
Right. See, so that's the dynamic.
Can I start something with James real quick, man?
Real quick. The penalty for that a lot of times is death.
I know.
So when you ask people why do they choose to identify with that, even though there's better, ask yourself why. If you were in those conditions and in that situation, you would just adopt that culture and just lay low. Unless you can get
exactly.
out.
Hey, James, people, this the Coptic, the gene, the gene component that they call the Coptic component. It's not necessarily have to do exactly with modern day Coptic, but they just call it that. But people just say, right? It's a 2015 study by Dobin identifying an ancestral autosomal component of West Eurasian origin that is common in many modern Afro-Asian speakers populations in Northeast Africa, known as the Coptic component. It peaks among Egyptian Copts who settled in Sudan over the past 2 centuries. In their analysis, Sudan Copts form a separate group in PCA, a close outlier in other Egyptians, Afro-Asiatic speaking Northeast Africans and Middle East populations. The scientists suggest that this point to a common origin for the general population of Egypt or Middle Eastern and North African populations. Copts in general share the same main ancestral component with North African Middle Eastern populations. They also associated the Coptic component with ancient Egyptian ancestry without the later Arabian influence that is present among other Egyptians.
You get that, James?
Yeah, I get exactly what they're doing.
what they doing?
Why leave it up? I mean, don't take it down.
You get exactly what they doing.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand that they also fight on the genetic level as well. They try to see. That's what I'm saying. Like, so anytime that you try to push back on something that
So James, you're a conspiracy theorist. That's what it is.
No, I'm not that's one thing. Please don't do that. I just don't take everything the Europeans say or everything that I can go find and read. I don't say that shit is true. You see what I'm saying? I don't do that. I look at I look at what someone's saying, and then I try to then I know whatever part of the history that I know, then I put that on whatever you just read.
Yeah, the history can't tell you about the population. How are you gonna look at genetics, James? Analyze that shit.
Excuse me?
You can't look at genetics.
I know you. I know you can't. That's what I'm trying. That's a whole nother damn point that I'm trying to make. See what I'm saying? You just made my point for me. See, y'all got to be careful with that genetic shit y'all doing, bro. Because that's how they just like they just took pieces from certain areas.
There's a lot of things going on, James.
Understand? And I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist because this is an actual fact of what they did. That's not a conspiracy.
Yeah, but Zeno, see, man, you gotta understand how they work. I see what they did. Look, because man, look, man.
See, but y'all ignoring that.
Every time they yeah.
Go ahead.
You reject.
When somebody's being dishonest or disingenuous with me, I'm gonna look at them. If somebody lied to you, bro, you gonna believe everything they said?
Of course not, James.
So what I'm saying is when you look at what he just read about what the population in this little area is, but yet they won't even do a DNA analysis to tell you something about those mummies. They just trying to they're giving you a carrier population and saying, yeah, this is who these people is, but they won't do no DNA study on those mummies from down there in the South, or even from the people in the population.
Well, they gonna get there. They gonna get there.
Yeah, they gonna get there.
But
they could have did that shit at first and gave us a total analysis of what was going on.
Yeah, but
instead of y'all you parroting Eurocentric viewpoints on here as if they are fact. That's what y'all doing. Y'all don't even see it though. It's cold.
But I'm saying it don't matter because if they do present something that don't agree with your premise, you're gonna throw it out because you know how they do.
Nah, see, you saying that I do that on every occasion, which I don't, because you got some people, no matter what race is, they can be honest. So I'm not on no shit like that. I'm just saying, man, y'all have to be more careful, and even what you interject into, because people are listening. So you know that's what I'm on. I'm a chronologist, bro. I don't deal with nothing else but chronology and trying to understand everything from a chronological order. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they got the chronology down, right? We're not.
Evidently not.
Disputing the
Some
chronology.
people still got their chronology messed up because if they didn't, they wouldn't be Hebrew, they wouldn't be Christians, they wouldn't be these other religions.
No. I mean, look, people do crazy stuff. I'm not worried about that. That's African Americans. Wow. I'm talking about as far as the history. We got the chronology down and the groups and the culture, the Kata, the Nubian A group. We got the
that's just us. I'm talking about the totality of all people.
Oh man, come on, man! Everybody ain't finna got that.
See, that's what has to happen. That's
everybody ain't. That ain't gonna never happen, bro.
That's what needs to happen. If we're gonna try to get our people out the situation where they believe in
that's not because Egypt.
That's what really the fight is.
Egypt ain't the link to get niggas out of goddamn poverty.
I didn't say Egypt.
Oh man, I'm just saying, like, so I mean, niggas ain't like. If you walk down the street, pick 20 niggas out and talk about this shit, 20 niggas gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
Just ask, Nubian A group is? He'd be like, what?
Well, if you put it all together and see,
like, that's a soul food.
Like if you came from like the crack era and you seen how you know what I'm saying, you got to put all that shit into a context. If you think about like when you was in from elementary all the way till you got out of high school, and then you think about all the stuff that you learned since you've been out of school, see that shit right there fuels some shit. See, that's why we here where we at right now, because we learned a lot of stuff that we didn't know in school. Yeah, that's why we even here right here.
School is just to teach you the basics, man. They ain't finna goddamn.
Nah. See, that's what I'm saying. See, you don't even understand what happened.
I'm saying you in a Western civilization that's dealing with U.S. history. They ain't getting that deep in the goddamn early pre-dynastic period. Like, nah, nigga, they ain't going that deep. That's like college level shit. That's what you get in college, man. The undergraduate and PhD and shit. If that's what you so choose to go into. You know what I'm saying? But that's not gonna be in your regular, normal, formal education. You know what I mean? So
I think all that DNA stuff actually kind of works against you a little bit, James. I think it kind of works against you in a way where, like, as soon as you try to get specific, and then you use DNA, skin color, phenotype, I think it all becomes really vague after you introduce that as a fact.
Nah, it makes it more clear.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the crania, now you can. When you look at them haplogroups and shit, now you can see flow, what direction these people coming from, and what direction they travel. See what I'm saying? You can see the different makeups.
Yeah, I get what you're saying when you say it there, but I mean, like, so we kind of like never leave it there, right? Like, we only describe the phenotypes and the genetic things to be able to distinguish them from either white or black, not from African to African.
Not the white or black. Yeah, not necessarily the white or black. That's why we try to stay away from the whole black shit. Just look at, just establish the populations of people there, so we'll know, hey, did these motherfuckers come from South Africa? You know what I'm saying? Did they come from Northeast Africa? They come from the Mediterranean? You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying. So James ain't trying to establish that the people just African, right? Like that, at least that's my impression that I'm getting. So that's like
James talking about blackness. James dealing with black.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's trying to use DNA, and that's why I'm saying it becomes.
I'm not trying to use DNA. You talking about me?
Yeah, you talking about blackness.
Right. I'm kind of saying in general, like black.
Yeah, like, because I already asked. Like I already asked them if the people that look like they look at modern Egypt built the pyramids, if he found it out to be true, he already said it. I wouldn't even care about that. I'll look somewhere else.
Yeah, because I'm looking for the origins of African civilization.
He's looking, but see, you don't look at them as African. I mean, they more African than you.
Who is?
Yeah, let me dive in with a quick statement.
Man, that man said he was 6% African. What are you talking about?
What's up, everybody? First of all.
Yeah, let me. How you doing, man? Let me throw a quick statement in there, man. DNA does not identify ethnicity, and I'm gonna go back on me.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about this populations of people.
So the Egyptians is an ethnic group. Being Egyptian, you have to. You know what I mean? You is dealing with ethnicity. That's all.
Yeah, right. I just thought that shit, dude. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
but hold on. But are they? I mean, scientists. Are they defining the Egyptian due to the mummies,
as being
They only got 3 mummies. They only got 3 of them.
Yeah, don't even bring up the mummies.
Period. I mean, they tell you in the article you can't use it. He said you can't use it for the whole or all of the. They got it. It's up in the Fayum, right? In Lower Egypt, and I just talked about how these populations. I mean, they change in the different areas. So I mean, you just give me a sample size of 3 mummies, Joe, or over 4,500 year period. We're not gonna play that kind of game. Yeah,
you showed that map earlier. I've showed it so that we can have clarification, right? So that we can,
that's your clarification.
So that we can see this region.
All right, we're gonna do this. See,
you know what I'm saying?
No, you said the DNA can't do what?
It does not identify
ethnicity. So that's fine. But when you're talking, when you want to know who
so get a source to do that, and I'll shut up.
Man, you confusing. You confusing.
How's that confusing?
Because
my DNA came back 100% European.
He's straight line.
I'm dead ass.
Man, pull that on up, homie.
Where you did your DNA test at?
African ancestry. I want somebody to help me look at it too.
Yeah, we
from
need
African
ancestry.
I got that's an African ancestry. Only do haplogroups, bro. That ain't your autosomal DNA. You probably got haplogroups from European. That ain't your autosomal shit. The autosomals are in between.
Yeah, put them up, bro. Put it up and they can help you read it, bro.
100% European. That's incredible.
Yeah. He look like he's from Switzerland.
I'm gonna have to put mine in there one of these days. I know my Y chromosome goes back to East Africa haplogroup.
Man,
yeah. So what I'm saying is, I thought DNA definitely helps distinguish populations.
Yeah, population.
Right.
And people so I don't understand.
I said ethnicity.
It can to a certain degree. Like it helps you like with the migration because like certain populations
That's
got
all
more
DNA talks about population. It don't talk about nothing else but populations when you talk about DNA. That's all it's talking about. They're talking about ethnicity though.
Yeah, so when you throw that in it, like, so we can't tell who the Egyptians or people are related to because of their DNA is that what you mean by that?
I'm saying that when they tried to play the Kohen marker and identify Joseph, listen, come on, man. The Kohen marker, the Jewish marker, it wasn't no such thing. It wasn't no such thing as a Kohen Jewish marker. There is no such thing as that. Right? Because
nobody said it was.
I can change so I'm saying I can change. African Americans do this shit all the time. You can go to one group of African Americans, they Hebrew Israelites. Right?
And we didn't mention that today on this panel.
No, I'm making a point though, bro. Fuck it. Let me stop, man. Y'all wild out, man. Y'all don't get my point? I'm saying you can change your ethnicity during your whole lifetime.
Yeah, I get the point.
How y'all not understanding that shit, man? I think y'all do this shit on purpose. I think
y'all not listening.
No, hold on for a minute. No, they are listening. They do this shit on purpose. I hope I become unraveled. This shit is very clear. Y'all tripping, yo. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
You're right. It's me. It's me again.
Yeah, it's you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn right.
Go ahead. I had to realize that I told myself every time I think he throwing me off, I just got real. It ain't him, it's me. So go
ahead. Y'all sitting up here thinking y'all can identify your tribe from Africa with a DNA test. You fucking can't.
Nope. Said that
you can't. You can't, nigga. There ain't no. That's a strong man saying that ethnicity can change over time. So you can be an Egyptian for 30 years and
about
then
ethnicity.
A motherfucking Nubian for the next 30 years in Egypt. Why you in Africa? Y'all didn't know that? Y'all supposed to know that before you stick your chest out. You can literally live in Egypt, right? And don't practice what you need to practice being Egyptian and bury yourself as a motherfucking Nubian, or you can come from those areas where they claim the Nubians come from and be buried in Egypt and be considered a fucking Egyptian all day, every day. Why is that possible?
You gotta admit, you dived out of nowhere and started talking about ethnicity.
No, I didn't.
When they was having a genetic conversation You
right,
just want
but they was
to come
having a
in and
genetic
say,
conversation around the Egyptians, yo.
nobody. Fine, you can't. So we can't have a genetic conversation when you're talking about.
No, you can't. Because you got different people living in that motherfucker, right? That is considered Egyptians, no matter what their DNA say. Maybe if we was to go back in time, you get cussed the fuck out. Yo, really? You took the DNA test and said it? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? My grandmother lived here. I'm a fucking Egyptian. No, you're not. No, you're not. You just said you get shot the fuck up with a bow and arrow.
Nobody would be going back in time doing no shit like that.
That's what we literally doing right now, though. We doing that right now, though. We actually fighting for DNA markers, saying this is identified. They did it in the fucking article.
They're talking about migration patterns of populations and shit.
But what? So then, what is he talking about the Egyptians? Then what that got to do with anything? If that's the point, because you can migrate from the Middle East and don't be a fucking Egyptian and be something else and stay being a fucking wherever the fuck you was, and they wouldn't make you an Egyptian. Because you lived in Egypt, just living
always
in
Egypt, yo. Always Egypt.
Oh, y'all not talking about that?
Like it's never going nothing. Nobody can say who they is. Everybody
that ain't what you just talking about, James.
Besides,
that ain't what you just talking about, James.
The Egyptians are never going to be the Egyptians, yo. Yeah, I mean,
they came from the South. They're not there. I mean, like they come from somewhere else, bro. That's what it is.
DNA can tell everybody else who the fuck they is. You know what I mean? When it comes to Egyptians, it don't work the same.
Why you don't argue hard against that? He said the Egyptians come from somewhere else. Why you don't go down his throat?
I don't even know what because I don't know who is that talking.
He can't hear nobody else but us, yo. Because we're not saying what he's saying. Long as they're saying what he's saying, he cool with that shit.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is you dove in the conversation, redirecting the shit. I dove right in where I was at. No, I don't even know what cocaine is, bro. Because you don't understand it. It's not my fault.
No, and you know I don't, so that's why you gonna go down that road.
But I wasn't
because it's the Jewish market.
And I'm saying there's no such thing as the Jewish market. That was the point.
I never said nothing about you. I don't even know no Jews. What are you talking about?
But I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to the listening audience, bro. Why you jump in it? And I was giving an example, and you dove in it.
No, you was talking to me, my nigga.
I wasn't talking to you.
The audience?
Bro, you wasn't even on. I was. You wasn't even in the conversation. No, you wasn't, James.
You know, that's interesting conversation you just brought. You know what? That was pretty deep. I got to give it to you because.
Please tell me y'all wasn't just talking about DNA.
Hold on.
So you saying you wasn't responding to me?
Deep,
no,
hold on. This was crazy about
now,
it. Hold on,
James. James, hold on. I didn't figured it out. Yo,
nigga, I'm in the basketball training. I wasn't even listening to this shit.
He don't know my voice, yo. I figured it out. Don't know my voice, yo.
Chef, I was in a basketball training. I want to listen to y'all. I heard.
No, I wasn't even on here. Listen.
I know you wasn't. I was on here.
No, the statement that you just made was in response to what I asked you.
When?
Then you said you wasn't talking to me.
No, I'm
you
talking
said you was talking to the audience. God, you said I dived in. So you don't know my voice, yo?
So this is what I'm gonna do. Watch this. Watch how you're the great confuser, yo. And let me show you what you just did.
Yo,
watch, don't interrupt.
I didn't come in to ask you about the ethnicity shit.
Hold on. Don't interrupt, bro. Let me make my point. It's called chronology in the conversation. James, Sosa and them was talking about DNA. And they was talking about the fucking Egyptians too. Facts. Okay, we got that. That's a clear fact.
Yeah.
Then I came in and say, real quick, I'm gonna say this and mute my mic. I said DNA does not equal ethnicity, and I muted my shit out. Right? Then you dove in out the roof saying that I came in out of nowhere with that. It don't even match up. And I'm saying this nigga must be confused.
No, I
you did. Question. You did. You asked a second.
Hold on. You went to answer my question.
Correct.
And you started talking about a Cohen marker.
Right. And you didn't understand that move. The Cohen marker was a chess move to let the listening audience know that they've tried this before. They tried to say that this what makes you a Jew is your DNA marker. Science said no such thing. That was my point, bro. You just didn't understand the point. But I said that this is honest head.
So we walked it down. You was responding to my statement.
Not
like
initially.
I said.
Hold on, see, chronology, not initially.
No, I'm saying what you had just said. You went on mute. Yo, you said what you said and you went on mute. That was the only point you came in to make.
I'm saying when I first came in, I wasn't talking to you, Chef. You dove into my build.
Of course.
I wasn't talking to you. That's okay. So when I said I wasn't talking to you, I wasn't talking about after you dove into the motherfucker, yo. How did you mess that up?
All right. I don't even want to argue this shit.
No, we're not trying to argue. I'm saying you messed it up.
It's like, God damn, yo. Like,
no, listen, yo. I was talking about ethnicity. I wasn't talking to you.
I know what you was. What the fuck?
When I made
this again.
Because when I made the statement, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about that moment.
Yo, I know that. Fuck it. You got it.
You said I confused you with it. You said I confused you.
Let's get back to the convo.
Chef.
Yo.
Quick question.
Federated States. Federated States, what's up, bro? Hey, man, we got all of Sosa.
Yeah.
Sosa and Coy, we got all the rascals on this.
Yeah, he got his team. He got his whole team show up for this shit. I think he tagged niggas.
Yeah,
they just show up. They got, you know what I'm saying? Aziz Fall, they just show up. I'm tagged.
Hold on, but who said it just didn't come from there? Who said that though?
Hold on, yo, we off that, yo. Like,
but what was we off? I wanted to hear what that was. You said I didn't address that. What was it that I didn't address though?
We didn't start arguing.
No,
I'm
we're not
arguing
arguing.
out what me and you was arguing about. Yo, I'm moving on, yo.
And you say, why don't you address them?
Oh my God, yo.
You said that, yo. I can't never stop. I can't stop till I get past a point. I refuse because the conversation.
All right, well, I'm lost.
Never
So go ahead and make your point.
Because
I don't even know. I don't even want to go through it no more.
A person made a statement, and you say, "See, you never critique them. You always critique us." So I'm asking, what was that statement that was made that I just?
I don't know, man. You start arguing and shit, yo. Like,
well, how you forget? Hold on, I'm gonna show you.
I forgot what the hell yo said, yo. Like,
you know what he said? Where you at? Where you at, yo? What did you say, yo?
I'm right here, man. We are getting distracted, though. I was messing around when I said that. I feel like you knew I was messing around when I said that.
No, I didn't even ask you. Jeff know that though. See, I didn't even hear it. Right. See, I didn't. That's why I was asking again. What was it that you said? Because I didn't hear it.
Federated States.
It wasn't getting your attention.
Now y'all done got me mad. Now I'm mad now because I feel like Chef's knowing you was playing, but he was arguing like he thought you was serious. Man.
Federated States. Where you at? You had a question.
Yeah. Hey, Chef.
You. Here we go.
Let it rip, baby.
African is something else, man.
Let it rip, baby. Let it rip, baby. Oh,
Chef. On some serious note.
All
right. Sudanese and Nubians, they share the same DNA pretty much, or no?
Yeah, the same people. Fuck.
Okay. The 15th dynasty, so-called Black Nubian.
25th.
Yeah, I meant to say the 25th. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they ruled what was it for like 94 years or something like that? Pretty much.
Yeah. Like 100. Yeah. 100.
Right. So you don't think there was any mixtures? Any you don't think it was nothing occurring during that little period of time, almost 100 years?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hey, sir.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, nope. Let me look at the babies. Let me see the babies.
Hey, Chef,
I think it was a barrier between them people where they knew not to fuck an Egyptian, yo. I think the Nubians are smarter than that, yo.
Yeah, go ahead, Melvin.
Yeah, Chef. Somebody in the chat saying that you blocked them, and I guess they want to be unblocked.
Oh, Venez.
No, he not blocked.
If you know, he
on a different account. I think somebody clipped his regular account. He was
What's his regular name? Put his regular name in the
I think the name
might be Blue Devil. Unblock him.
Yeah, it might be Blue Devil.
Hey, we don't block nobody over here. Not unless your name Chief X. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, put your regular name in there, yo. We'll get you straightened out ASAP.
Yeah, you might get clipped up on the Real Black Atheists, yo. We ain't clipping nobody over here. Nah, we want all that. We want all that. Definitely want all that. The show is based around that. Like
it's based around contention.
Yep. Something we didn't have. It ain't the Amen Squad. We just Amen. You know, Amen shit.
Yeah, it's not the Amen Raw Squad.
Yeah, he said
it's
Venice.
You go to the Amen Raw Squad if you want motherfucking you know what I mean, the Amen channel. That's why it's called the Amen Squad, bro. Whatever, nigga. The Amen. I'll fight you. The Amen Raw Squad.
That's pseudo.
Yeah, Chef is Venice.
Say the pseudo bullshit.
It's Venice 902 times 91. Venice 902 times.
He said it's Shaquan. I guess y'all know.
He was just on the panel.
No, back in the day, you know that's a dude from Cali.
Yeah, Cali, he was just on here, wasn't he?
Yeah, he can get on the panel, but his name blocked. Venice 902 times 91.
Yeah, but back to the game. This not the Amen Raw Squad. Right, this is not the, you know what I mean?
The Moon Raw Squad over
there. The Amen Raw.
Moon guys.
Hey, bro, what is this?
Somebody DNA results.
Yeah, that's my DNA.
No, it
can't see it. It's all bunched up.
More than this.
That's how they gave it to me.
They said you was a paragraph.
Yeah, they robbed you then, because that's terrible.
That's why you can't support black businesses. Well, I swear to God, that's all they get you.
Man, you didn't tell them about this?
We don't tell them about this.
What did they say? It say March. What is that?
Yeah, that's how they gave it to me.
Man,
I gotta press on it to really see it. I think it says DY. I mean, what it says, DY something. I gotta press on it. I really can't even see it.
Gullo, yeah.
Yeah, Gullo, you gotta read this.
Hey, can you change?
Yeah, Gullo, break that down.
Yeah, you might put it on a different device.
I'm seeing it's your Y chromosome. That's paternal for sure.
Yeah.
This is your Y chromosome.
Only word I can make out of that is 11.
Man, you need to get your money back.
Nah, that's good. I see where you at. I see what you're doing. What did it say? What you looking at? That's the breakdown of it.
You share paternal genetic ancestry with people in Spain, Germany, and Hungary.
Yeah, it's just saying that this shit coalesce with people there.
You're wild.
100%.
Yep. He was right. But ain't nothing wrong with that, because that proves the whole point.
Yeah, that's just
100% means 100% means they're 100% confident in the results.
Man, I donate $10 to a fund for you to take another test, because I know.
Now look at it. It said nor doesn't mean that you don't have any African ancestry in your father's side. It just means that there was a European male at some point on your paternal line, which is only one branch of your family tree. In fact, we find this result for 35% of the paternal lineage that we trace.
You said 35%?
Yeah, we find this result for 35% of the paternal lineage that we trace.
Oh, he said 100.
Yeah, he can do his ancestry test and not ancestry test, ancestry tree, and find that. Ancestor.
Yeah, and it says there's much higher incidence of African ancestry.
That's why you take your DNA test and ancestry, and they match it up with the family tree.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll fuck them out.
It can't be all good. I was hearing this shit, and somebody started talking. You was talking. I was actually getting clarity on what you were saying, and we two people talking at the same time.
Yeah, just making
that shit's horrible, yo. I know, but I'm with you 100%, yo. But we can't. We making points over points.
I go back and listen to the show and get frustrated, yo.
You can't come back now. Let us rock, man. Let us rock.
Oh my God, man. I'm gonna let y'all rock, man. I'm trying to learn something, man. I got my man on the show, yo. He a good teacher, man. I'm trying to hear what he's saying. You know, I'm definitely trying to hear y'all, man.
We tag team. But yeah, it said there's a much higher incidence of African ancestry among African American maternal lineages. Therefore, we can trace your father's maternal lineage using our matrix clan test. You know what I'm saying? Are likely to find African ancestry. You know what I'm saying? So you did the paternal shit.
Yeah, he should have. You saying he should have picked the maternal line.
Yeah, you want to do your maternal.
I should have did the maternal instead of the paternal.
Yeah.
He did the Y. What did he do? The Y. What did he do?
Yeah, he did the Y. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, man, it costs more money to do both. But he can get. He's supposed. I mean, if you do the Y, get the because the male carry both though, yeah. The women only carry the mitochondria. Yeah, go ahead, Mel. What you have to say that, Mel? Go ahead.
Oh, that was interesting.
No, I was just making a recommendation to get his done with ancestry, because he could tie it up with the DNA with the ancestry tree, and you could actually find that ancestor that is in your paternal lineage.
Yeah, I did a heritage.
Yeah, me too.
My shit look way.
So what your father look
My
like?
shit way cooler than that, bro.
My father from Dominica.
Your father what?
He's from Dominica.
Where that's at?
West Indian Island.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was kind of confused about the test.
Word.
Yeah, that proved the point though. So the question is, why did that show like that? Because you got recombination. That's something that happened, right? Now imagine if all this shit came through like that, yo, some viruses and shit could attack you and just kill you. And disease could just knock out the whole motherfucking thing. It's a war going on, yo. Yeah, it's a biological warfare going on. And so you have to have the recombinant genes. That's why they just can't tell what tribe you come from, because you're you for real, yo, you go back to your great-great-grandmother, yo, and then you might not find it. Remember, we always talk about that. We talk about your genetic ancestry, right? We talk about that. All right. And then we talk about your what is it, genetic, and what's the other one? Come on, Melvin. Go help me out here. I'm driving.
Hey,
I
gotta tell you something, yo. Listen. You do a lot of arguing over here with us, and we appreciate it, yo. But you are really needed over there on Side Netter, yo. Honestly.
No.
Listen, I'm telling you, listen. They got Infodici over there right now talking about the Twa was more advanced than the Egyptians.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. That's a true statement right there.
That's not no true statement.
I'm joking.
I feel like your energy, you know what I mean, and your favor for Egypt, and you need to turn around and focus that shit on these nut jobs, Joe.
Hey, nah, Sanetta would never let him go in on and he had to do a whole other show by himself.
You gotta respect to see this, like your mother being a Christian. Like sometimes you gotta respect elders where they at. Now, I don't understand. I don't like you like you're not gonna tell your mother, hey, you need to quit being a Christian. You're gonna let her continue to be a Christian.
And then
out of respect.
Reggie co-signing Fidici.
So maybe it's not misinformation that what they're doing. Maybe I'm wrong again. Maybe we're the only ones that's wrong and needs to be corrected. All right. So the rest of these yahoos get to say any damn thing. And James is saying like just
well they predate us, bro. They were doing this before we
I get it. It's just
so you gotta be respectful if you do try to challenge somebody like that.
We're
have a
hurting
conversation
these niggas'
like
feelings
that.
so bad. We hurt these niggas' feelings so bad. You know what I mean? That we're the only ones that gotta get corrected. But them niggas can say, as long as they believe that the Egyptians was black, Africans and shit, they get to say whatever the hell they want to say.
Well, they're chronologically correct, but you know, some of the stuff that they embellished after the fact, that's what we don't agree with.
Say, how you be chronology correct if you talk about the Twa is more advanced than the goddamn?
So let me make this point.
Well, in mythology, they do venerate the Twa. So I mean,
hold on, man. He was talking to me, man. Let me get this out, man. See, that's where everybody know better than been following me from day one. My day one niggas that fuck with me know that my whole career was based off of bashing all them. It's called 8 to 80 blind, crippled, and crazy. It ain't matter if he was an elder than me, and it still don't, because we just having a conversation. And as long as you ain't fighting back, push back, then it's cool. As soon as you start fighting back, I would never slap an elder or cuss an elder out. But if we having this intellectual warfare, you can get it all the way, stomp down, bludgeon. Because we just talking about scholarship. So if you try to tell me that the Twa or more technically or whatever the hell, then I'm just saying, well, then bring the evidence. But we know Infidisi, you know what I'm saying? He's a bona fide pseudo. We know it, and I say it. And he disrespectful on top of all of that. Yeah, he that's funny. Hell. And he's disrespectful. So
he said that's where the A came from, right?
Yeah, the hawk sound.
Yeah, the hawk.
That's how we know it was a hawk. Yeah. And he said the aliens, and then he talked about the aliens and the crystals, all that, yo. Yeah, we don't do that over here, yo. So I ain't giving no facts. But I'm not disrespecting that man. See, that's what y'all see. We get it confused, yo. You're not disrespecting the person saying, yo, we do not come from aliens, yo. That's not disrespecting the person saying the Egyptians do not come from the aliens.
I think hey, that's Trill Valentine and Jabari rolling one.
Yeah, but I think you disrespected him when you said he had a short order cook hat on. I think that's true.
I disrespect.
Yeah, you did do that.
That was the truth, though, yo. When you cook breakfast and shit.
That's my guy, Infidisi, too. That was very bogus.
Yo, saying that man had a short order.
Hey, that's one of the greatest ones of all time right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Eggs, pick it up. Somebody order eggs, pick it up.
Eggs with the bacon grease.
Coming up.
Hey! Scrambled eggs! See, look, man, we love the elders, though. That's the difference, though. We actually love the elders, yo.
Coming up.
We love the elders, yo. Right? We love the elders, yo.
I bought his book. I got it signed.
Oh, wow. You know what's funny, though?
I get a refund.
You know what's funny, though? You got elders in other communities that's saying exactly what we're saying and having this type of conversation in other communities, and they're elders, and they talking about everything that we're talking about. So we can't be crazy. So you cannot lock me in to rhetoric because it's coming from the Black community or the so-called conscious community. You cannot lock me in on that. You can't. I didn't come in this community to let older people or even younger people like Pharaoh was young. I didn't matter. Bludgeoned them. I mean, shoot, you so old or young, no. I'm not gonna be howling and screaming. I'm not gonna treat you the same way I would treat a Pharaoh, but you're not gonna be out of order and not get that treatment. Yeah, we're in public. I'm not even gonna talk to you about that. How you doing, sir? I'm gonna keep it moving. Not gonna come to your lecture and say, sir, that's wrong. Nah, I ain't doing all that, man. I'm gonna let you have that. People pay to see what you got to give them. I'm cool. But on the things I'm a part of, the things I'm creating, you know what I'm saying? The things I want to do, I'm gonna say it right here. I always want to be a space where shit can get said. Right? Like we want to talk about Dr. Ben, say it. Yeah, just say it. Yeah, doctored enough, say it. I want to be in that environment. Just say it. And I'm going to respond the way I'm going to respond. And we're going to get mad. We're going to get happy. We're going to eat, drink, and chill. We're going to do all that. But at least we said it on both sides. Now let's get to the Nzinga. I want to talk about the Nzinga. We got time, don't we? Do we got time?
Yo, let's talk about West Africa. What's up? What's up, Chef? You want to talk about West Africa, Chef?
Oh, they always have. Yeah, let's talk about that, Chef. I say, Chef, Sosa, and Cosmic Corey,
is downright pseudo when it comes to Nzinga, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Now watch this, and I'm gonna shut up. Everything that they say, right, about Nzinga, they couldn't prove it. Meaning, what is the options? So like, you got to give me an option. You can't say that Nzinga was a slaver. She sold slaves, right? Okay, give her an option. Because there must have been an option for her to have a kingdom without that. So let's talk about her options. What is her options? Since she's a slave, no one will follow. Okay, so give me the option. We know she killed her brother's son. So what would have been her option? Watch how pseudo y'all get.
Not to kill her brother. She could have not killed.
So all right, and then what? And then what?
And
not kill her. And then he would have rose up and killed her. We know this. That's how it went. That's how them kings and queens got down in Africa. Ain't no that there is no you're not gonna do it. Well, then you wouldn't have had the throne. So you're saying, watch this, y'all. Hold on. So what you're saying is that her option would have been not to have a kingdom. Her option would have been.
It's all kinds of options.
Okay, we're listening. No, we're listening right now. What is her option not to participate in the quote unquote slave trade? Give me the option. Let's see if it's pseudo. It should be able to pan out. Y'all smart guys. I'm on me.
What is the option for her to not play a part in the slave trade?
You said what? I said, give me the option for Queen Nzinga in the 1600s for her not to participate in the slave trade.
Oh, yeah.
And still have her kingdom and still have all that. I'm listening. Because if you can't give me an option, y'all downright pseudo. Y'all want some Mary had a little lamb shit. So go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening, y'all. Since she's a slave.
Well, that's kind of a false dichotomy because you're saying she got to still have her kingdom and all that.
I mean, but that's what it was about. Your homeland was invaded, bro. You can't leave it out. You gotta be real. Meaning the option has to be real and valuable. Remember, we talking to the people. Y'all floating around like Christians right now. Y'all floating around like the conscious community when it comes to Queens. Y'all floating. Y'all wouldn't even have made it. So go ahead, y'all. I'm listening.
I'm not saying. I'm saying. I mean, I don't know what her options was, huh? I don't know. I don't know what her options were.
What was the environment at that time, Corey? That's the question you gotta ask. What was the environment at that time?
Surrounded by crazy men who never wanted to see her run her country. Surrounded by different warring white people, and surrounded by other Africans trying to fight and do the same thing. That's the environment.
So that's what she had. Right. So you're in her position and you want to salvage keeping the throne.
You want to get back your throne and kick you off the shit. They put you on the run first. Yeah, you on the run.
So you
hide in the bushes. Should just kept running, and then eventually, okay, so let's talk about the keep running. But when you keep running, huh?
You kept her ass hiding in the bushes.
Okay, stay. All right. So y'all heard him, right?
Yeah, I heard him.
Yeah, all right. So there y'all go.
I disagree.
That's like the bread and the beer, yo. But go ahead.
You got to be a tactician. Like, she want to keep her shit, so she got to figure out how to do it.
No, she trying to get her shit back, Melvin. She ain't keeping nothing. They already did that. She trying to get her land back, nigga. So let's do this. Let's just say, right? Let's say she didn't sell no slaves. So we know she sold. We know that the group she led, right, sold slaves. So let's take that option away. Let's take that option away.
Say she didn't sell slaves. Why?
She did that.
Why would you take that option away? That's a vital piece.
No. Let me say this. You never called Julius Caesar a slaver. The Roman Empire clearly had slaves, but you never called Julius Caesar a slaver because Julius Caesar's business wasn't to go get slaves and sell slaves. But within the kingdom he ruled had slaves. Same thing with Nzinga. So let me make this point right here. Since we just have this memory. Let me make. No, it wasn't. Her business was restoring her kingdom back.
Oh my
That's what she was. She was a monarch, bro. She wasn't out there chasing niggas down, snatching up slaves. So let's do this. Let's take the Corey and Sheffrin route. don't participate in the slavery. Okay, she's gonna fight, so they fighting. And she captured motherfuckers because she was definitely the best of her time. So she would always capture. So now you got 1 million motherfuckers you to capture. So now you gotta clothe them, you gotta feed them, and you gotta stop them from attacking you after you to capture them. So this is what you asked this woman to do. They didn't have no prisons or no concentration camps where you could put people at. What's the option? You sell the captives, bro. Listen, you sell right. You won't keep them nowhere. You sell your ass into motherfucking. That's what you do. You sell them and give them, and you sell them. I'm saying you sell them. You're not gonna keep prisoners of war, bro. You're not gonna do that. This is not the Vietnam War, yo.
She specifically took areas where she can get slaves. It ain't like the motherfucker that she just ended up piling up prisoners of war. No, she went to a particular region and set up to get slaves intentionally, bro. Come on, man. You ain't gonna do it like that.
No, you actually made that up. Now let's get you what it really was.
No,
the area was already there. The area was already there before Europeans came. They already had that trade there, bro. That was valuable land that the Dutch had took. And she went and got that.
Now the Dutch didn't take the land because they couldn't go that far interior. They had deals with other kings in that area. She took the area that ruled the area. Huh?
I'm gonna say this again, bro. Why wouldn't you take the market where you're going to have to sell the people that you're fighting and capturing? You would definitely take that, bro. It's called war. Right, there is no other option. But maybe y'all thinking, since y'all floating through the bayou right now, maybe she should just keep all those prisoners of war and feed them and clothe them and shelter them. I don't know where she's gonna keep them at because there aren't any like Vietnam War. It's not the Vietnam War. It's not the Vietnam War, though, Melvin. Where the Viet Cong capture Americans and put them in the damn pits, nigga. It wasn't that. It didn't have that.
Feed them people.
You know, I'll be acting like we never had
nobody.
I just want an option, though.
That's the whole dishonesty part about the whole thing. It's like you act like we haven't had these discussions.
No, we haven't. No, y'all gave us the pseudo options, though.
Every day he rephrased it in a different manner.
Right.
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying if we're gonna play the conscious community, because y'all playing the conscious community right now, but niggas just float around the air and you fight. You know what I'm saying? A 30,000 man, a 80,000 man army fight against another 50,000 man army, and you capture their ass, and then they all bow down at your feet, and then they fight with you. That's not how it was, bro.
Listen. I'm gonna talk to Melvin. I'm gonna talk to Melvin right now.
Yeah, talk to Melvin, yo, because I'm waiting for the option. You ain't gonna give me the option, though, Corey? I'll tap out because I asked for. I started it.
I don't know any options. I don't know what her options was. That's what I said.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I like that. I'm good. I'm done. I'm shutting up.
All right.
Go ahead. Yeah, talk to Mel.
Yeah, you won that debate, man. You won that. You the man.
Yeah, you did. Listen, Melvin. She took the purpose of her taking these territories, right? Were so that she can control the slave trade. Not so that she could stop the slave trade or that it was a bunch of niggas on her and she had to take them prisoner and this is the only option she had was to sell the niggas. That's a dishonest statement. And I don't understand why you keep saying that kind of stuff.
How's
That's
that?
what I wanted to say to you.
But wouldn't that have been a means to an end, though?
I'm sure if they would have been like, look, just kill me, man. Like,
Right, they weren't gonna fight. They weren't gonna fight for her, so she had to sell them.
Oh, listen, Melvin. The reason why she wanted to take the territory is because that's the main area they were getting the slaves from.
But Corey,
wanted to control
the
slave. She wanted to be in control. She wanted to be the top
slave trader. She wanted to be the best slave trader in the goddamn world.
On what ground?
on
what ground?
Now you being dishonest, Corey.
On what ground?
Now you being dishonest.
That's what the source said. That's what
now
the
you
source
being.
said.
Nah, I know it don't. Then pull up the source and read that, bro.
Exactly.
Pull that up, read that. I'm waiting for that.
I mean, if you want to take the main slave trade,
what did she say? Did she say it? Did she say she wanted to be the best?
God, you know what?
She wanted to be the top slave trader, and she wanted to be the top slave trader in the region. That was the purpose.
Man. Y'all made that up, yo. Y'all just talking right now. Y'all love it when y'all just talking, bro.
She shipped us. That was
why would I go take the dope spot?
Remember, the conversation is what the options. What options?
Why would I go and take the dope spot? Why would I take the main dope spot? Why not the main dope spot? What
not?
Because
nigga, why not?
That's the main fucking dope spot and take that shit.
Corey, why would you
What's
not
the
take
fucking
the
reason why
spot?
I would take the main dope spot?
Hey, Corey, why would you not take the main dope spot instead of hitting my
What would I be wanting to do with the dope spot? What the fuck would I be wanting to do?
Sell it.
What would I be wanting to do? I would want to be selling dope, right? Okay, that's my fucking point. That's my point. She wanted to sell the goddamn dope.
But you make it seem like she wanted to be the best dope seller in the world.
I mean, if she took that area, that would make her the biggest.
Anything I do, I want to be the best.
It would make her the biggest.
Anything, Melvin, I do, I want to be the best.
Aspirations to be a model.
I want to be the best.
No, you taking it too far.
Right, like she had tippy posters in her room coming up and shit.
Yeah, she had notes when she was young saying that one day she would have. Nah, come on, Mel, you true.
I know,
but that's the way he's making it sound, though. Like,
yeah, that's how he making that shit sound. He's funny. We're gonna let him be funny. Let me say this again to you, Corey.
I didn't make it sound like that. What did I say?
You did.
What did I say?
You did, Corey. You did, Corey.
Quiet. Let Melvin talk.
Sound like
Melvin has the floor. Be quiet. What did I say, Melvin, that made you think that I
used the word best?
I used the word best. Okay.
Yes. Was that her?
I mean, I don't understand.
Was that
she wanted to be the mediocre dope dealer?
Was that her motive?
If she take the main, if she taking the main area, if she's taking over the main area that they getting the slaves from,
why wouldn't you?
She then wants to be the mediocre. She wants the mediocre one that's selling slaves. Then, right?
Corey, what would you done different if you was in her shoes?
Right, we asked you, Corey. You don't have.
I don't know what her options was. I didn't say. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm not saying I'm the greatest guy and I wouldn't do anything and I wouldn't do this. I'm saying this is what happened though. This is what happened.
Look, I would have controlled. I would have did the Shah Zulu, conquer them areas, control them areas, goddamn, and then fight the Europeans and push them out of there, bro. That's what I would do.
Okay, so what would Corey done?
You died.
What I would have done. I don't know what I would have done.
Even over here.
I wasn't
right
back
over
then.
here in America where he is now.
Yeah,
then I would have been a goddamn African American hero.
Every one of you niggas on here can say what you would have did. Every one of you niggas on here can say what you would have did. I'm keeping it real.
I already know what I would have did, nigga.
Yeah, I know. I know you do. I know every last one of y'all.
So dope, like
every one of y'all. Fuck y'all would do. I know. I hear you. And I believe every word of it.
Hey, Corey, this one I'm gonna say to you. Corey. And so she was fighting to get her empire back, which was rightfully hers. That she got pitched out of.
What was the main commodity in my empire? What was the main commodity?
Let me finish my point though, bro. Let me get you my point. Because I thought I said it earlier that the slave markets were already in place before the Europeans came. I've said that. So I just challenge everybody to study what did the African slave markets consist of? People that were serfs and people that were literally just slaves. Okay? And simple as that. So you serve.
She wanted to control the whole thing, workers,
didn't she? Stuff of that nature.
She wanted to control the whole
and
thing.
she doesn't have a king. So go ahead, Corey. I'm gonna let you finish.
I don't
want to talk over each other. It's not a good conversation.
What's the motive, Corey? How do you know she wants to? Like.
Did she not? Can I speak, control the whole thing though?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, so at that point, listen, hold on.
No, you're not gonna know. That ain't what we doing. At that point, you're not gonna make me answer it.
She would be the best dope dealer in the region. At that point, when she's controlling the whole goddamn thing, she the best motherfucker.
Now you play. I will not. I will no longer.
I would advise y'all niggas to stop with the silly shit. I will no longer allow you to treat me with some silly shit.
Because you don't play fair. I will not allow you. I will not allow you to do that ever again. Nope, I ain't doing that no more. You use that card up, Corey. Nope, you got me. I won't do it no more. So here's the mischaracterization. There are key ports, there are key areas that must be controlled. If you don't control those areas, you're definitely not gonna get what you're trying to get. They're fighting to them a world war. It's their world. That's what she's involved in right now. They chasing her around the goddamn Marbury Bush. And she's better than all of them. She understands the commerce. She understands you need to be able to feed empire. You need to be able to feed the babies. You need to be able to feed the army. You need to be able to get rid of the motherfuckers that you capturing, that's fighting against your motherfucking ass. So you gotta get the key. Where's the spots at? Man, come on, dude. I study wars, bro. Normandy. These areas are key. You know what I'm saying? When World War II, when they dropped the troops in Normandy, they ain't say, yo, I don't want to go right there. I don't know, nigga, it's a key part in being able to get the Hitler. You got to capture this and capture that and capture that to get the goddamn Nazi Germany. You didn't just fly straight to Nazi Germany. No, you had to get area. You had to hop. Just like in World War II against the Japanese, you had to take island after island after island. I'm not going to touch that island right there. I'm not going to fight for Midway. No. There's some people there. I don't want to touch that island. No, that's not how the world works. You take that motherfucking island, which allows you to get you the next island. So those areas were key, were very key in strategy to be able to do what she needed to do to get a goddamn king. She didn't start that motherfucking shit, but she sure as hell finished it. In her own goddamn kingdom, smiling at all y'all niggas. Now, give me a better option. Do she leave those areas alone? Give me the option, then we all seen how it played out. All the shit is there for us to tell the story. I need an option.
I already told you my option. She was a model.
Or you pseudo.
She was a model
Christian. Or you pseudo. What, man? All right, man. I see y'all playing. Just say y'all don't have it. Y'all just say, I didn't expect. Come back next week, bro.
I already told you my strategy.
What's your strategy again?
There was no option.
I'd have did the Shaka Zulu play.
What's the Shaka Zulu play? Shaka Zulu, they wasn't fucking with the slaves in the Shaka Zulu area. He ain't had to deal with that.
I would have conquered all them motherfuckers that was selling slaves, right? Put them under the goddamn my regime and fight the Europeans and push them out.
You done conquered. That's not what was going on. Yo, she had a lot of groups. Yo, she had what? Man, Shaka Zulu was different.
Those groups that she settled, she had a bunch of groups. Those groups that she settled were her vassals. And they paid her tribute every year in bodies. She wasn't at war the whole damn time. They were tribute.
So she wasn't supposed to take tribute?
Nah,
that's part of the empire, bro.
Yeah, she took tribute for bodies for slaves. So you could have just conquer them people, put them in your army, push them out, bro.
Okay, and I took the tribute. So how you know she didn't take the tribute and put them in her army, Sosa? Where's the document that say that the tribute she got, she sold all of them? That's not the truth.
No, she did put some in the army. The whole point is that
thank you, bro.
The people that you put in the army, she could have used them niggas to push the goddamn Europeans out. That's the whole point, bro.
And she did that to the best
she did not push the Europeans. Nah, she continued to do business. She was a model slave trader, nigga.
Nah, y'all lied. That's a straight lie, nigga. Find that. Y'all made that shit up.
I'm gonna find. I read the book.
Y'all made that up, yo. You ain't read the book and said she was no damn model slave trader.
She did not.
Y'all got knocked that off.
Hold on, what I'm saying, she.
No, why you saying that though? You can't say something you didn't read.
She sold slaves.
No, she didn't sell nobody. So I'm gonna ask y'all again: is Julius Caesar a fucking slaver? Yes or no?
Because y'all gonna fuck with the black woman.
Yes,
but Julius Caesar ain't a god. Is Julius Caesar a slave?
Yeah, slaves.
No, I'm asking you a question. Is Julius Caesar known
Did he have slaves?
as a slaver?
Did he have slaves?
Man, the Roman Empire had slaves, but that don't make Julius Caesar a slaver.
Yes, slaver.
He's not known in history as he's not characterized as a slaver, bro.
No, according to history, no, he was not enslaved.
Yeah, you ain't tripping, yo. That's some African American shit. Now y'all on y'all African American shit. Yeah, y'all on y'all African American shit.
Very disrespectful, man.
Listen, I just don't understand you.
Yeah, I don't understand you. I'm saying it's Julius Caesar.
What are you saying?
I'm
What's
saying it's Julius Caesar. My bottom line is,
know about
y'all don't have a valuable.
I don't want to know about Julius.
Crazy shit.
Listen,
just because my bottom line is, y'all know what y'all talking
about. Listen.
Y'all downright
just because somebody's not known as that doesn't mean that's what they were. Like, you can be a basketball player, be known for your skills, and be a drug addict, but you're not known for a drug addict. You're known for being a great basketball player. So just because you wasn't known for something doesn't mean that you're not it.
Right.
She's a goddamn slave.
First of all, no, she wasn't. Now, you made that up.
But nobody's saying that she didn't engage.
Want me to pull up the definition of slavery?
She freed slaves, nigga. Okay, so what you call a person that free? Hold on. What you call a person that free slaves? Because she definitely freed a whole lot of slaves. So what you gonna call it? So why we ain't got that option then, nigga? Because it's definitely in the middle some fucking way. She freed a lot of motherfucking slaves. So what you gonna call her? See where you at now? I'm listening to you.
Slaves did she free?
Yo, she sold 13,000.
She sold 13,000 per year.
Now for 2 years, nigga. I'm on
For
my
3 years.
For 2, you lied. Okay, 3.
How many slaves she freed? How many slaves she freed? Listen.
And that was at the peak.
Thousands of slaves, nigga.
What's thousands?
Thousands of slaves she freed, nigga.
Nah, you making
that.
You heard me. I know you heard me. Thousands. More than 23,000, nigga. Now. Okay, but she freed slaves. So why ain't she known as a person that freed slaves, bro?
I think she is known as a person.
I hear y'all niggas though.
I think she is known as a person that freed slaves.
That's what made that up, bro. That lady ain't known as no damn slave, yo.
She ain't known for free.
Y'all made that up. And she known for freeing motherfucking slaves, yo.
Let me see.
And she known for selling prisoners of motherfucking war, nigga. I need that, bro.
That's the thing she did was sell prisoners of war. That's the dishonest part, right? He keeps saying, well, they was prisoners of war, and she sold prisoners of war, and the prisoners of war, and the prisoners of war, and the prisoners of war, and prisoners of war. He keeps saying that over and over and over again.
Hey, Corey.
As if she didn't take over the main slave. Her goal was to control the slave trade. I don't understand if my goal is to control the drug trade. How then am I not a drug dealer at that point? I don't understand that. I just don't. It makes zero sense to me at that point.
And she got a goddamn bunch of men dressing up as women and shit. That shit crazy.
Eating babies. We ain't even gotta go there.
I think that's the only point. You feel me? Like, you can't just pigeonhole the point that the only point of her existence was to sell slaves.
I didn't say that.
Nobody said that.
Even if you just selling dope on the block, your goal in life is not to just sell dope.
Nobody said that.
No, that was not her existence. I didn't say that. I said she took one of her goals was to take control of the main slave trade. She wanted to control that, not stop it. She wanted to be the one running that. At that point, I don't care if I coach T-ball on Saturdays, bro. It don't fucking matter that I coach fucking T-ball on Saturdays. I'm still a goddamn drug dealer if I'm controlling and my goal is to control the goddamn the main drug trade.
I think what Uncle saying though.
Now y'all want to keep bringing up.
Wake up one day and just want to do that
on Saturdays.
Like she
makes
was
no sense to me. It don't make sense to me that y'all keep bringing up that I coach T-ball on Saturdays.
So how do you answer Ogden? And what was her option? How else could she?
I don't know what her option is
against the odds.
Just saying that was
the only option is to sell niggas. Sell your ass. That's her only option is to sell your ass.
I'm asking you,
Blackology 101.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you realize you might have. Hey, listen. Hey, Federal States. She might have shit. One of your ancestors might have been one of the motherfuckers sitting over here and shit. Motherfucker rolled over their grave. You loving on this goddamn.
Probably some of her relatives too.
What you say? What'd you say?
Y'all want to hear something? Y'all want to hear something?
I said one of your goddamn relatives probably got sent over here by her. You got them loving on this goddamn.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? One of your relatives might have got their ass whipped and lost against some motherfucking ass, and she sold y'all motherfucking ass. That's the cold hard facts. What the fuck is we really talking about?
That's probably true, because
so what you saying, yo?
Because one of your relatives was probably trying not to get their ass enslaved.
By who?
By that.
Okay,
probably. How you know they wasn't trying to take over the slave trade too?
No. Come on, everybody chill. Where's the record of Nzinga running around just gathering up niggas that's minding their business? Where that's at?
Corey got that record.
Yeah, go got that ready. Corey, go ahead.
Come on, Corey.
I'm not doing it. We already.
I want to.
I don't do this all the time.
Y'all lying. We ain't been through that. Nah, nigga, we ain't been through that. We ain't been through that. Let me explain to y'all what's going on. When she came across a village that was friendly, yo, man, come on, nigga, let me make this point, yo. When she came against
making my point.
All right, well, go ahead. I don't want to be the cutoff, nigga, because I got y'all niggas. Because y'all shoot.
Go ahead. She was conquering motherfucking territories, and people saw her army building up. They know she on the way. Motherfuckers is building up the fences to stave off this motherfucker because they know what's gonna happen if this motherfucker take them over, bro. Not only are they gonna get whipped and become slaves, they're gonna have to pay tribute and slaves to her. So yeah, motherfuckers is fighting that motherfucker. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
all right, go get that. Go get that.
Go get that sword.
We already been.
Hey, yo, go get that. Nah, nigga, you ain't been through that.
We've been through it. That's the dishonest part. So
in the book.
That's what I'm saying.
Every fucking time.
I'm always do that shit.
Go get that.
Same shit I already showed. He gonna make a go get
nigga. Y'all lying like a motherfucker. Yo,
he got a problem, yo.
Y'all got a problem. We ain't been through that. Man,
at that point, you know what, niggas, it would have to be that all them other people didn't sell slaves either.
Yeah, they crazy as hell, man. They living in they tripping. That's like saying I ain't gonna drive a car in 2022. I wouldn't drive a car because the car's killing the atmosphere. Y'all, it's like y'all niggas in motherfucking 3000 AD talking about y'all wouldn't drove a motherfucking car in 2022.
So everybody on
the
the
we
planet
know
was
cars when we drive them up. Everybody driving. Yeah, everybody on the planet is responsible for global warming, nigga. Every time you get that gas, nigga, and all that shit, nigga. And that's like, look at, let me finish my point, Corey. I'm gonna let you know right now that we're actually fucking up the planet based off of our lifestyles, nigga.
Please don't let Corey go. Corey got to bring that.
Corey. Give me an option for me not to drive my car, nigga. Because I don't mean no harm. The planet got to go, nigga. Because right now, my kids got to eat, nigga. And I got to get that money to pay my fucking rent, nigga.
Corey, you comparing the slave trade to goddamn global climate change,
nigga.
Right.
Corey and Sosa don't have an answer for that. Corey and Sosa don't have
Queen Nzinga did the climate change. This is a new low, man.
Global warming, I don't have an answer for it.
You know what we're talking about. You don't got an answer for that.
Everybody responsible for climate change.
Who got an answer for global warming? You got an answer for global
warming? I'm talking about what Queen Nzinga did.
I'm saying Queen Nzinga, everybody was involved in that world of selling slaves and buying slaves. Y'all tripping right now. Y'all bugging. That shit came in I'm saying in 16. Okay, I'm listening. Go find a group of motherfuckers that wasn't in the middle of that shit in their world. Go ahead, bro. I'm waiting. I'm waiting
in the middle of it.
That's where they was at. That was their world.
Everybody wasn't selling that. No niggas. Everybody wasn't doing that. So cut it out.
Okay, what's the name of the African nation that wasn't fighting for their fucking life, nigga? I'm listening, bro. That was just the great kingdom. They had none of that going on in Chile.
Did you see how he not attacked by
white sentence? I'm saying, but
why would I deny African nations was not fighting for their life?
Okay, then, nigga.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
So you gotta sell
slaves.
Selling niggas is how you fight.
Man, that was part of what they
still
did
don't have an
already.
answer,
Listen,
Corey, give me
you
the
know
answer,
what?
Corey.
Give us the answer, man.
I'm done.
Golly.
I'm listening.
Now you done. Don't tab out.
I'm just a listener. I'm just a listener.
Oh yeah, that means he got defeated. That's another code for it. He got no answer, man. Golly, just say, man. We understand.
I don't have the answers. I'm not the one with
the golly. That's all you gotta say.
I've never said I was the one with the answers. So I mean,
see, that's what I don't like. You know what I don't like, Corey? You know what I don't like, Corey? So let's take Queen Nzinga off the table. No, I'm gonna give it to you. Nope, I'm being dishonest. I think y'all being dishonest, right? But I'm gonna work with y'all on this. Let's take Nzinga off the table, right? So why you had to take take everybody?
Why don't we read this source that's on?
Now you ain't got nobody. Now hold on, Corey. Now you don't got nobody. Right now, let's come here now. Let's apply to our life. Hey, Corey, you off the list, nigga, because you hustle. You done. I'm off the list because I hustle. My value is gone. I did nothing positive in my life because I hustle. I'm done. It's over with, bro. So by the time you finish, ain't gonna be nobody left, dog. That's not how it works, bro.
You comparing selling drugs and goddamn selling slaves?
Nigga,
it's definitely some similar points.
Are y'all serious? Y'all
Points.
serious right now, yo?
How many drugs did you snatch niggas up and force drugs down their throat?
Man,
you doing that?
How many people grew up? You know how many people grew up with crackheads?
Oh man, see y'all being funny now. I'm talking
Hold
on, bro. Hey, bro.
But still,
everybody be quiet for me, because I got these niggas. Hold on, I got them.
Ain't bringing it to the community.
Hold on, I'm saying, in the modern times that we in, okay, we made niggas slaves to crack and slaves to motherfucking heroin, nigga. Bro. That's what I'm saying. Now,
I admit.
At least I'm willing to admit my shit, nigga. No, I played a critical role in what I did now.
Don't let him change the point, y'all.
Yeah, I ain't never sold crack.
And not only that, I ain't if I at any point in my life, at any calm down.
Changing the point.
No,
I'm not changing the point. I'm saying in the world
we're gonna get right to it.
I said in the world that we lived in, bro.
I understand.
We don't have slaves in our world.
You gotta let somebody else talk. You gotta let somebody talk though. If I kidnap somebody's kids and sold them at any point in time in my life, I would be a kidnapper.
Hey Corey, you can't get mad at that because half of your ancestors was the kidnappers too. Like it was
I already admitted that though.
If you went out getting your eye, you would have got caught too. Like it goes both ways.
I already admitted all of that, Dilla. I've already admitted all of that, Dilla. So
don't make it right, yo.
It don't make it right.
No, yo, but I'm asking for options though. Corey, we had options. We did not have to
read the source on the screen, please? Can we read the source on the screen, please?
Yeah, and make sure you say when she was running up against innocent people just getting them. Go for that, bro. Go ahead, bro. And make sure you keep it in context. I'm listening. Read it. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to out. Read.
Yeah, and this is really a complex situation. That's why I feel the way I feel about the homemade thing in the movie they're coming out with.
Oh, what movie? Ain't nobody gonna read the source on the screen? That's saying that Nzinga just ran up on motherfuckers and sold them all in slavery. What's that source at?
Nobody said
it wasn't involved in the game.
Nobody
say that. Okay, so y'all did say that. I say, yo, where's that? I say, now it's time for y'all to source up. Where's that source? Sosa said it. Where Nzinga ran into you niggas ain't want no action. Man, she just would incorporate them into their kingdom, yo. Now, if you just was in my fucking kingdom that was fighting against her, nigga, y'all asses is grasses, nigga. Yeah, he was a lay down and get down. I know I'm something else because I'm tired of playing with y'all with this shit. I know. What's on the source? What's on the screen? Let's hear it.
I don't know who got it up. They wanted to read it.
Man, that's Chef's favorite source. Go ahead, Chef. Read the source. Oh, yeah.
He got something highlighted here.
All right, you got to read it then. I ain't reading
it. It says by the late 1960s, Nzinga had expanded her influence to the north and the south of Mataba. Using her forces, she cut other rulers off from the Portuguese-controlled coast, capturing parts of the Coango River and bringing the region's key slave supplies, lands under her control.
Okay, and so she was supposed to let the other niggas get to it, and let them build their.
So the Portuguese,
really? That's how you play the game?
Portuguese,
nah, nigga, we taking the islands.
The Portuguese was on the coast. They had a port on the coast, right, in this area. And what she wanted to do was control the Coango River region, right, where the slave supplies was at. So that she could take the slaves to the Portuguese. That's what that source just said.
Yeah, bro. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish off the conversation. First of all, she was at war with the fucking Portuguese. She couldn't stand them motherfuckers. These niggas was yeah, right. The Portuguese had half of her motherfucking. Let me finish my point, bro. I just need to finish my point, though. The Portuguese had half her fucking kingdom, yo. So she on the run. Oh, okay. She on the run, yo. All right. She tried to broker a deal with the Dutch to help fight against the Portuguese. That was her goal. All right. So before niggas start trooping up with you, they gotta see the see Europeans is figuring out who do they fuck with, right? I'm not gonna mess with y'all group. Y'all group ain't y'all don't bring no value to me. Right? Okay. Dutch say we'll fuck with her. We gonna fuck with her. Right? Why is she worried? Because I just seen her outdo all them kings, beat them half to death, took their shit. Okay, I'm gonna fuck with you. They fuck with it for 3 years. And this is where you hear seven of them talk about they had to broker the deal. What's the deal? With 23,000 slaves, whatever it is, whatever it was, that was part of the deal. And they immediately broke the deal 2.5 years later, right? Because they didn't like the fact that the Nzinga and them was starting to actually win against the Portuguese, yo. They had their motherfucking ass. They was damn near about to drive their ass up out of that motherfucker. Damn near. Damn near. And they said they couldn't see their Portuguese brothers, their Christian brothers, go down like that. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Right? So they both teamed up back against the Nzinga again. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's good? Give me some options.
A horrible historian.
So that's not what happened? Am I wrong?
Fuck no.
Okay, all right. Well, go ahead and change that up.
That shit was gross, yo. So when she was in power, when was she not selling slaves?
I'm gonna say this again. Nzinga was
so she only sold slaves for 3 years. Is what you're saying?
I'm gonna say this again. Nzinga is in an environment where the commodity of the day is human beings. That's the world they lived in. There's no other world. There's nothing else to talk about at this point.
That's the order of war. That's the order of war at that time.
Listen, y'all cut that out. Listen, y'all gotta cut that out.
No, you
Corey, we gotta excuse slavery, yo, all together, yo. The people at that time, they couldn't help it, yo.
Right.
Nobody can help it. If Nzinga couldn't help it, the white people couldn't help it. Nobody can help it. It was just their minds was fucked up. The economy was fucked up all over the world. Their morals was fucked up. Everything, their cognitive ability, their level of empathy, everything. The air wasn't right. You know what I mean? So we're going to give these people, everybody who engaged in slavery. Matter of fact, slavery wasn't even wrong It wasn't even wrong, yo. We gotta twist everything up for Africans every fucking time,
No, I ain't saying it ain't wrong. I'm just saying it's a complex situation. It can't be looked at like.
I'm gonna ask him again.
There's
Like,
always
when
it
I'm
comes
gonna ask y'all again, man. Okay, y'all. I see what everybody see what y'all doing, though.
With DNA ain't DNA in Africa. Slavery ain't slavery in Africa. Black people ain't black people in Africa. Like, fuck Africa. Y'all niggas can have it.
Hold on. Chef,
y'all niggas can have it, yo. Go ahead, take your Africa and go the fuck on with it.
Got him.
The hell?
DNA ain't DNA the way you explain the motherfucking
Man,
DNA.
whatever.
And Africa ain't the fucking Africa you explain,
yo.
right?
When it come to Africa, none of the laws of the universe work properly in Africa.
No. Yeah, the physics goes out the window and everything.
Y'all joking.
But you and Chef haven't yet.
Right.
Yet.
Right.
You guys have not yet explain what you guys have done differently, my nigga. Say something.
Yeah.
Say something.
Listen, I'm of the ilk, right? I'm of the ilk, and maybe my people would have been the ones trying to barricade and zinging them out, and I probably would have got fucked over, right? But I'm of the ilk of not owning and selling other human beings.
If you was that nigga back then, you would have slaved Nzinga people because you was on the opposite position. If you was the niggas on top, you would have been enslaving other niggas.
It was either get eaten, man, for real.
So there was no Africans that resisted
I don't
slavery.
understand why y'all think people
were
not barbaric people who didn't have no other options. That shit is stupid.
You was dealing with barbaric people. You gotta act.
If you was in an area of war, yeah. If you grew up in a warfare or military type of civilization, yeah, you would have been enslaving your oppositions.
Listen, I would have just been a regular nigga. I wouldn't even have been in control.
Bruh,
you a damn lie, nigga. You come from Ghana, nigga. Them Ashanti niggas was fucking niggas up. You a damn lie.
But listen. I don't know all of that. All I'm saying is, listen, it would have been wrong to me. If it was me personally, if it was my person, me, selling and owning another human being, I don't give a fuck what time it is and what geographical location you at. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can tell me all of the things that was going on in the time. I don't give a goddamn what time it was or where the fuck it was at. I'm saying this shit is wrong. Then it's wrong now. It's wrong over there and it's wrong over here. Period. That's all I'm.
I ain't saying it was wrong or right. I just said that's just what it was. That's just it is. This is what was going on. Shit.
Yeah, that's your opinion, and I got my opinion.
Yeah, I don't believe you, Corey. You can sell poison to another human being.
So I don't know why y'all fighting against
poison to another human being.
Y'all fighting against the hunkies, bashing y'all upside the fucking head when during the civil rights act. Why didn't y'all just let them? Why didn't y'all just leave that shit be? It is what it is.
Well, we wasn't there, Corey.
That's how the times was.
We wasn't there.
Right?
We wasn't there, Corey.
Well, you should not be voting and you should not be participating in the rights because you should be saying, look, y'all should have left the shit how it was because that's how it was, right?
You ain't making no sense, Corey.
Yeah, I'm saying if everybody lay down and say, well, that's how it is. That's how it is.
Corey, you would be part of the IBO.
If everybody say it's the times, then where the fuck would you be? It's just the time. That's how it was in the time. That's how it is in the time.
I feel because even during the time of the homemade, you know what I'm saying, when they were doing all the enslavement and shit, it was a kingdom called Abbey Bokudi. You know what I'm saying, about in the certain Yoruba areas where it was like a sanctuary for people that didn't want to get caught up in slavery and shit. And they did fight the homemade shit.
It was lots of people fighting against slavery. Nobody wanted to be a fucking slave. And nobody and not all human beings wanted to participate in that nasty shit. So I don't understand why the fuck y'all think everybody wanted to participate in that nasty shit. That goes to speak to the level of education y'all got. That goes to speak to the stupid shit that y'all try to pass off. Now y'all okay with slavery. You niggas is okay with goddamn.
No one ever said on the panel that they was okay with slavery.
I'm just
saying it was a Egyptians where they want to establish
niggas want to be Egyptians and want to give a pass to
I'm ready for that, nigga.
That's
you
why.
in my ballpark.
That's
now,
why.
Nigga. So let me tell
you niggas,
y'all niggas. Let me tell y'all niggas. Let me tell you something, nigga. Let me tell you something, nigga. Let me tell you something, my nigga. Let me tell you something. Get mad at yourself, nigga. You should get mad at yourself, nigga. You so
let me be clear on what you should be mad at.
You so poison to the black community. You need to be mad at yourself.
Yeah, I'm poison.
Don't look in the mirror, nigga. Don't look in the mirror, nigga. You poison the motherfucking black community, nigga. And then you high and mighty right now.
I'm poison to you motherfuckers. Every one of you that's spewing that miseducation.
Nigga,
niggas is spewing
go get a source on that nigga.
Okayness for slavery. You niggas is trying to explain to me why slavery is okay. You niggas is
Corey made that shit up.
Disgrace to your ancestors. Every one of you niggas. Y'all are fucking disgrace to your goddamn ancestors.
Yeah, as long as you keep talking. As long as you keep talking. As long as you keep talking.
Goddamn.
As long as you keep talking, don't let nobody else talk.
Don't get mad at me and talk shit about it.
Okay, now good. Then let me talk shit about
rolling over in their graves listening to this.
So you next? Is you next, nigga?
I walked away and came back. I don't know.
Some of the niggas that
you go off for your fake conspiracy.
I'm just saying, I walked away. Who brought the Nzinga up? Like y'all. That shit, y'all know that shit ring bells. A nigga in the wrong way. I'm saying like
that bullshit niggas on, yo.
What I'm saying like,
boy, whatever.
I know y'all know that shit set niggas off, man.
These niggas on the boat enslaving other niggas too. Them niggas just got caught.
These
Corey
niggas
would have got his ass enslaved one way or the other.
I'm saying, goddamn, you know, there's goddamn trigger word that set niggas off.
Explain to me that there was a time and period where it was okay to own and trade human beings. That's what these niggas.
That's not the point. That's not the point. You so emotional, you can't even get away from that point.
No, that's the point.
The point is, it's already happening. People is living without that choice.
Listen, bro. Why the fuck didn't your ancestors say, well, it's already happened? Where the fuck would you be if everybody
had some that did? You probably had some that did.
Everybody thought your crazy ass way, nigga, we wouldn't be no motherfucking with. You wouldn't be on here to say that stupid ass shit you said. You wouldn't be on this motherfucker. If everybody thought your way, you wouldn't be on this motherfucker to say that dumb shit you said, nigga. You's a dumbass nigga.
And your ancestors
in real life, I slap the shit out you.
It turned to a goddamn shit slinging show, man. Goddamn.
What the fuck is wrong with you, my nigga?
It turned to shit.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Trying to justify slavery, nigga?
Ain't nobody justifying slavery. You just made that the fuck up, bro. You keep repeating the same shit like niggas can't see the dumb shit you talking about, bro.
If it wasn't for niggas who wasn't cool with that shit, your ass wouldn't be on here.
Your ancestors was the niggas that's probably cool with the shit. You acting like it was some group of niggas that you come from that wasn't selling niggas.
I don't give a fuck who was cool with it. I'm not.
Not because you ain't cool. Not because you ain't cool.
Because he's not cool with selling slaves. Niggas wasn't gonna catch his ass up and put his ass on the boat.
I'm not.
You're delusional, nigga.
Yeah. I just got back, man, from the store, man. Y'all. Hold up. I mean, we gotta reorder this because
we ain't ordering shit. It's my turn to talk shit now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody. Hey, why you left Corey and turned into a fake conscious community nigga now? Telling that fake ass history. All the shit he say we do. Now a nigga would just glide across the motherfucking Sahara and wasn't involved in imperialism and building great empires. Now all of a sudden it wasn't that. Right? They mad because I ain't letting them niggas mischaracterize who the fuck Nzinga was. Y'all niggas is lies for that. All the trash shit you just called me, you the same type of nigga.
just for that. And you so opposing to the black community, nigga. So now you point the finger, you judging, you's a judgy judge, nigga, now. So I'm saying that in our day and time right now, we don't sell slaves, but we sell poison to our fucking community, nigga. Same motherfucking idea, same shit, nigga. Now, and but the difference is we got options. So I'm saying is, I'm trying to give my shit back. At least I got enough sense to know I had options. You talking about a group of people, their whole world was that, nigga. It wasn't no options. You tripping, Corey. You misframing history, nigga. So if King Nzinga was a motherfucking enslaver, you know what I'm saying? Then everybody in fucking Africa was a slaver. Then all kingdoms were slavers. And all that shit is fucked up. So you build a motherfucking civilization as you tiptoe through the motherfucking two loops. You tripping, yo. He bugged
Corey.
Then he, hold on, I ain't finished. Okay. Then he lie and say we in support of slavery. And get emotional. Ain't nobody in support no motherfucking slavery. I'm saying Nzinga is some shit. Y'all made that whole history up about Nzinga. That ain't what history say about Nzinga. You can't find a document that say she is a slaver. That's like saying Michael Jordan is a gambler. Michael Jordan ain't known the history of being a fucking gambler.
The nigga was a gambler.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. The nigga
oh
gambled,
my God.
But he's not known as a gambler, nigga. You can gamble and not be a gambler.
Michael Jordan was a gambler.
He was a gambler.
Nigga,
y'all yell when a nigga make a point. I'm gonna say this again, yo. I'm gonna say this again. Michael motherfucking Jordan.
Oh my God.
Just because he got more money than y'all niggas gambled, but he's not known as a fucking gambler. A professional gambler makes money and survives off of gambling. This nigga thing was basketball, nigga. He's going to history as a basketball player who won 3 championships. And won 3 more championships. That's what that nigga going to history for. You do not judge him on being a fucking gambler. Y'all fucking stupid as fuck talking about me. Y'all dumb as a motherfucker.
Michael Jordan was a gambler, bro.
Now we eat.
Antoine Walker was a gambler. The definition of a gambler is a nigga who make money, goddamn, off gambling.
Nah, he was a better.
You can be rich, gamble, and fucking lose your whole
Nah,
shit.
he was a better nigga.
That nigga
he was a better.
Man, everybody say everywhere that nigga go, that nigga Michael Jordan would bet. That nigga on stage, that nigga bet on rolling dice.
See, that's what I'm
bet on the golf course.
The nigga said he was a better.
He'll bet 2 rows.
The nigga said
going up the wall.
Better. He said he was a better, yo. Y'all gotta stop it.
He was a wagerer. That nigga was a wagerer.
Nigga was a wagerer, boy. He was a wagerer.
Talking about
probability. He was a wagerer. He was a wagerer, man.
Y'all swear I be going off the rails, but this is the shit. Nigga will argue it down and say, no, he wasn't a gambler. He was a better. Like that is fucking.
That's like saying, nigga, hey, Cardi B was a stripper. Nigga, she ain't known for being a goddamn stripper, nigga. Nigga was a stripper. The fuck we arguing about?
She was an exotic dancer.
She was an exotic dancer.
For being a stripper.
Right.
Exotic dancer, yo.
She was a burlesque. She was a burlesque.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't want to hear about the Arab slave trade no more.
Whatever,
like,
man.
I don't want, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear about the
I don't want to hear about Columbus. I don't want to hear
about niggas. Like, fuck it, yo. Like,
that's what it was.
You can't motherfucking ostracize Africans.
Was Julius Caesar known as a slave?
When Julius Caesar did it, that's what
it
was.
Was he a slaver, nigga? I'm saying find a document where they say Julius Caesar was a slave.
That sailed across the Atlantic Ocean to go get niggas.
Yeah, I know that's a slave. Yeah, they tripping, yo. I ain't listening to these niggas.
I don't think it's crazy. Give a damn where it matter when you got.
What's up, yo? What's up, yo?
Is George Washington a slaver?
Nope.
Woo!
This man had
a cold ass nigga. You a cold ass nigga.
That's just so he can say.
Yeah. Damn, I'm good. I'm good.
Africa. That's why he say that.
I can't believe you said that, man.
That nigga got the soul of Nzinga and you can't. That nigga is savage.
To save Africa.
That nigga said nope.
Nope. George Washington.
George Washington took out his slave teeth and tried to make dentures out of them because his teeth fell out.
No, you asking was he a slave? No, if y'all asking George Washington owned slaves, I'd say, yeah, that nigga owned slaves, yo. Absolutely.
Was he a slave?
Nah, he wasn't going to get no slaves like Tippy Tupu was. That's different. Yeah, Tippy Tupu was actually going
to get... who?
He made it.
That don't even sound
Tippy
right.
the Pooh. Tippy the Pooh. I put it up here before.
Tippy the Pooh.
Maybe I'm saying his name right.
Tippy the Pooh.
Man, see, that's why I can't even have conversations with this nigga, man.
In order to be a slave, you gotta you can't
go.
buy him. You gotta goddamn go to Africa and get you.
Tippity do.
Nigga call that man Tippy the Pooh. Nigga think I'm supposed to take him serious.
Who the fuck is Winnie the Pooh? They know Winnie the Pooh and shit.
But hey, Chef and Corey, I got a question for you guys, right? Is there any African historian figure that you really like?
Nah, these niggas didn't turn me against Africa. I ain't gonna lie.
I fuck with Nelson Mandela. That's my motherfucker.
Oh, but he was the worst one.
I love Nelson.
Hold on, you said Mandela. You
Mandela was the worst.
Mandela was the worst. This shit crazy.
I'm gone.
Rebellious than him.
This was a good show. I'm out.
Zinga cool, but Mandela the worst.
Nelson Mandela wasn't no winning.
Nigga, y'all morals fucked up. Y'all got y'all morals fucked up, man.
Nigga.
What Federated State is saying about the contrast between Winnie and Nelson is true. They've been Winnie. They look to Winnie. The revolutionary side of South Africa looks to
y'all asked me
more than they look to
who I like, and I said who I like. Now here we go.
Do y'all know like they got like a whole strategic show how Mandela orchestrated his way out of goddamn prison and worked his way back. There's like a whole goddamn documentary on his skills of negotiate. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga he was supposed to never get out.
Negotiation.
Hold on, time out.
32 years.
Hold on. No, 27 years. 27 years. 27 years.
I think I'm bullshit.
Yeah, but hold on. But it wasn't Nelson Mandela, my dude. It was those cats. There was those rebels in Angola.
Yep.
That really, and the help of Cuba.
Yeah.
That help.
That's the true history of it.
When those South African white boys try to come in and
nothing is a single effort. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, it all tied in.
No, it didn't all tied in. It did not all tie in. It was during the Reagan era when South Africa, the white boys, tried to go into Angola, and the rebels defeated them with the help of Cuba. Right. Now hold on.
What was the inspiration, my nigga? But go ahead.
Huh?
What was the inspiration?
You said, where's that information?
He said,
what was that? No. What was the inspiration? Those rebels.
Well, it was a couple of inspiration. One was Zambia. What's that? Zambia?
Zimbabwe.
They wanted to free Zambia. No, not Zambia. Namibia. What's that country over South Africa?
Namibia.
Namibia, right?
Namibia.
Right? Over top South Africa on the west part of Africa, on the west part, it's Namibia, right? Is that Namibia, right?
Namibia.
Okay.
Wait, so you saying they was trying to fight for their independence, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And also,
yeah, they was against colonialism, correct? But go ahead.
Right. So what I'm also saying too is that the West knew that those Angola rebels go into South Africa. They didn't want that because that's part of capitalism down in South Africa. So they made a deal with the rebels, and they had a meeting in Cairo, Egypt, with the leader of that shit of apartheid South Africa and America and the rebels. And I think it was in 1989 or about 87. And on the table, they want Namibia to be free and they also wanted Nelson Mandela to be free. And the West and South Africa wanted they wanted South Africa because they know it's gonna be a regime change. They want there to get rid of the nuclear weapons. This, you know what I'm saying? The year before Nelson Mandela got out of jail, South Africa got rid of the nuclear weapon. That was on the table also. They didn't want
because the Africans would have been in control of that one, and they didn't want
that. Yeah, it would be the only nation, it would be the only African nation with nukes. But the West knew that when Nelson get out, he gonna be elected president because South Africa at that time had 24 million blacks and only 4 million 4 million white folks and 4 million others. You dig what I'm saying? They knew if Nelson run, he gonna win. So they wanted
but you know they wouldn't have been able to run this shit though, right? Though, yo.
They still not able to run it right now.
They wouldn't have. They'd have had to be able to keep up with the stockpile and all kind of shit. It took a lot.
Yeah, but it was just one of my point is it was so it was something. My point is they still make sure to get rid of that nuclear weapon.
Yeah, that was part of the
I mean, supposed to. That's part of it. That's supposed to. Let me say this though. But the inspiration behind the rebels was Nzinga. That's my point.
Say that again.
The inspiration behind them fighting was Nzinga.
Okay.
You look that up. You can pull that right up, right on that Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's deep right there. You went all the way
full circle. If that's true, that's
saying he went all the way full circle with that.
Nigga, I don't play with these niggas, man. I stay up all night to beat these niggas with that crazy shit they be saying.
I told you I was up way like about 4 or 5.
They floating.
So I feel you.
They floating, yo. They don't know they floating.
Damn.
They floating.
Yeah,
they floating in the world.
Is that Angola? I think that's Angola.
Angola, that's what she was. That's Nzinga.
Yeah, Angola.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the country that he's talking about. They launched their military campaign from. And see, once they were getting ready to get defeated, that's when they
Mandela was the worst.
Huh?
He said Mandela was the worst.
I mean,
I didn't say that.
Compared to winning, I ain't saying the worst.
Yeah, you said that, but you should have put a little bit better context on it. It was just talking.
Mandela was thugging too, and then he just got caught up. He got caught.
Well, if I spend 27 years in prison, I'd be wanting to get out too. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really. That's why I don't really fault him for any type of deal that he took. Cause like that's in that man's shoes.
He gotta take the deal, yo. What you mean? How you gonna say?
So and that motherfucker was brokering shit from the bond prison, bro. You feel me? And they offered us freedom before that shit. And he was like, nah, nigga, that ain't what you offer me. Ain't freedom, nigga. And he went, did more time.
Yeah, that's when he was trying. That's when he was still on the revolutionary tip. After they came with that deal.
You also know that they even asked Russia to be part of it, right? Russia, all Russia did. Russia just said they was with them, but they didn't help out with no weapons or nothing. Only Cuba was the only one that helped out with those rebels.
So thank you, yo. You're actually proving the point that's where Nzinga had to be. You had the Portuguese and the fucking Dutch, dog, and they would never turn against their brothers, yo. That's what we missed the boat. That's what we missed the boat. That's my point. We wasn't ready for the change. You know what I'm saying? Like my point is, if y'all gonna sell slaves, we said it yesterday, then nigga, then y'all need to control all that shit together. Make a cartel, whatever the fuck it was, nigga. Because the has changed, and make them niggas build you ships. Make them niggas do that before I give you anything, or we will fight you. Because they sure as fuck couldn't be by themselves. They always needed other African nations, and that was the fucking point that Nzinga was fighting against other niggas siding with the fucking the Dutch and the fucking Portuguese. You had to fight them niggas. And then y'all gonna tell me that she wants to get them niggas and sell them niggas. Yeah, nigga, you gone. You're gone, nigga. Let them niggas talk about it 50 years, 100 years from now, 500 years from now, but y'all niggas is gone. Y'all have sided with these motherfuckers. Yeah, you're done. That's how it was. Like, so what's our options again? But I ain't gonna start that shit back up again. I ain't gonna start it back up. I'm gonna let it go. We cool now. We talk shit. I just want to get mine off. Everybody got theirs off. Nah, the institution of slavery was fucking crazy. The whole thing was bananas. Yeah, crazy. And I bet you 50 years from now, the institution of driving around a motherfucking gas car
motherfucking killing, starting global warming, it's gonna be crazy because niggas gonna have electric cars. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was crazy as shit riding around with them gas cars. They could have did something different. What they could have did was they had electric cars. You got proof they had electric cars. They could have all got rid of their cars. Right.
And stop comparing that shit to climate change. Man, you stretching with this shit, goddamn.
Yo, that's
unleaded
so
gas.
you agree climate change? No, so climate that's worse though, ain't it though? You talking about the whole world falling apart?
Yeah,
man.
but
That's
they got bad science on both sides making arguments that they can't come to consensus.
Hold on, they got what?
Then Donald Trump backed out of the green. I forgot greenhouse green. He bailed out of the shit. Yeah, like that shit ain't like under our control. Like there's a whole type
of. Have you seen the air pollution in China, my nigga?
Yeah, I'm saying
yellow.
See these fires going on.
Yeah, in order to
they were wearing masks way before we were doing.
Yeah, in order for climate change to come undone, it takes like it's a global effort.
Yo, but I'm just saying certain regions.
Yeah, we got no control. We can't control all that shit. We can't control the goddamn countries and shit, other regimes and shit. You know what I mean?
No, we can buy electric cars, or we can go out right now and buy electric cars.
Yeah, I got a right now, but I'm about to buy me electric shit.
They say
I'm gonna get it.
They say in the future the car gonna drive us. We ain't gonna be driving no vehicle.
Oh, it drive you. You better get that in less.
Driving me.
Driving. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be crazy.
I just don't, now that we know that slavery is, acceptable, I just don't want to hear nobody crying over that shit on this channel ever again. I don't want to hear about the European slave trade. I don't want to hear about the Arab slave trade and what they did to us. It was just the time that they lived in. Those people couldn't help it. Them Arabs, they was born into it. You feel me? Like it was just normal for them to do it. So, that's just what it is. We were just in a fucked up place in the world at this time in history. So, you know what I mean? We now African American for our pain.
So war is war. Human beings go to war and take over people's shit. So the Native Americans should just be cool with it and just roll over.
I mean, it was the times, bro. Like,
it was the time.
So they ain't even mean to kill them. It was viruses. They didn't mean to kill them like that.
The history of our oppression. We must now, as African Americans, we gotta take slavery off the table.
Yeah, gotcha.
In the history of our oppression,
because
we gotta take slavery off the table, yo. That's only logical.
Yeah, then when you look at what George Washington did and everything, you gotta realize like all that shit led up to the goddamn Constitution and shit and the Bill of Rights. So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect that. You feel me?
You said you gotta respect.
You gotta respect.
Yeah, because it led up to the Constitution.
Yeah, you won't
get
y'all
out of control.
You know what I'm saying?
But I never agreed that slavery was cool, so y'all can miss me.
If they wouldn't lynching niggas and killing niggas, Martin Luther King would have never had the motivation to do what he did. You know what I'm saying?
How y'all got slavery, y'all are all that.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Unstead dog. He probably must be getting close.
You went somewhere?
He probably had to go enslave somebody. He probably had to jump out his car and enslave a nigga. So, he probably sweaty as shit right now. Chasing the nigga down in Georgia.
That's a prisoner of war. That's a prisoner of war. That is
They gonna call him a prisoner of war. The fuck is wrong with y'all niggas, man?
Oh hell no.
Hey, like you ain't ever like a nigga be on the block, a nigga gaining power, right? And the niggas motherfucker just busting niggas head, right? And the crew, they know he getting closer to that location. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to go to war with that nigga, but that nigga gonna kill us if he get over this area. Nigga, like, shit. That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny how in that whole scenario, and this would really give me the most out of the whole scenario, right? Like, y'all kind of disregard the African life on the other side, and then love on Queen Nzinga. You know what I'm saying? And then and you cast like these negative connotations towards the people that was fighting her as if they wrong for fighting her. That's the crazy part.
What do you mean? Hold on. What you mean they wrong for fighting her?
It's not an even keel conversation. Y'all act like she was justified for enslaving the people. Like y'all act like the prisoners of war wasn't because she was attacking them, it's because they was attacking her. Like she was just defending herself. Like she didn't really mean nobody no harm. You know
so she was just doing it for just to get them and sell them. Pretty much, that's what you're saying, boss.
No, y'all make it seem like that's what it was. Y'all don't like y'all disregard the fact that them people that she enslaved, they were fighting for their lives. They were fighting not to be enslaved. Yeah. You gotta understand, like everybody in that area didn't have the power. It was like a few people that may have the power to actually do that shit. Everybody else was just pawns in a game of chess. You know what I'm saying? There's a few rooks, you know what I mean? A couple bishops, a queen, you know what I mean? And everybody else is pawns getting snatched up.
Yeah, she was definitely a monarch, you know what I'm saying? She was definitely a royalty, you know what I mean? So
yeah, definitely.
She definitely did some harm, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that, but
well, they take reparations off the table. It's like we still want reparations. We can't have reparations. You know what I'm saying?
So we can't have reparations?
No, you can't look at you can't judge that time with a 2022 lens. You know what I'm saying? Like they was doing what was legal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Okay.
But shit, that's still your agency, you know what I'm saying? Like if people encroach on you, you got the right to defend yourself.
Oh really? Oh now you got the right to defend yourself. I swear, Z.
So she was just defending her. Like it says, we read this a million times, that she took over the slave supplying regions, meaning she went after the regions, right, where they was getting the slaves from, so she could be in control of the trade. And now we're acting like she was just defending herself. And when
was that after or before? Was that after or before they took over her kingdom?
I don't know how
that's a valid point.
How was that a valid point?
Answer the question.
Let's talk about some people who lived in the same time that didn't agree with slavery, and is it people like that existed?
Yeah, that would be that's a good question.
Is it Africans who resisted slavery?
African leadership.
Yes, in West Africa, you had some people that definitely resisted slavery.
I'm talking. Yeah, talking about the African
most
leadership.
Of the people that did was like small villages, but like the major city states and all that shit, them niggas was slaving niggas.
Oh, okay.
So I can't fuck with Africa.
It's like Sosa said. It's not little people making the decisions. You have states making these decisions, right? So they making an economic decision.
Yeah.
What Sheffrin is asking is there anybody of equal yoke?
Oyo empires, you know what I'm saying? Even the John
breaking up.
Your phone then went crazy, yo.
Oh,
yeah, but what Sheffrin is asking is there anybody in these particular time frames on that side of the coast that's of equal yoke to Queen Nzinga, that's in an opposition to slavery, that's fighting that we can recognize? Is that what you're asking, Chef?
Basically.
Yeah, I'd like to know
anybody in the world. Look, anybody in the world at this time. Maybe Africans wasn't smart enough to know that slavery was wrong. I'm starting to think that at this point. Or maybe their morals wasn't right. So I'm saying, fuck them Africans. Is there anybody else at the time who was opposed to slavery?
Yeah,
because it might not be. Maybe the Africans, maybe white people write about Africans.
You heard of Sinjai the Keita?
It was a few groups. If you heard of the kingdom of Abi Bokuda, You know what I'm saying? That was like they used to fight the Dahomey all the time. That was like a sanctuary for people that didn't want to be enslaved. They used to run there. They didn't want to get caught up by some of them people like the Dahomey soldiers and the women and shit.
Right. So that's a good point. So now we know that it could be Africans that's caught up in that shit, where white people bearing down on them, and they still resist the institution to engage in the institution of slavery, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I want to make a point real quick.
If they had a choice, then it's fair to say that Nzinga had a choice also.
Yeah, because
it doesn't mean that it was the same kind of choice.
Africans who was against it at first and then start doing it later on and shit.
Exactly. You got to look at the time periods. If you look at the early part, like a place like Senegal, in the early periods, there was a lot of resistance. But after 200 years, 300 years, nigga, yeah, it changes. You know what I mean? And I think it's the same thing in Central Africa. You feel me? If you look at somebody like Sundiata Keita, who's well known, you know what I mean, through oral history, the person who is his nemesis in the story and who is vilified even by oral tradition is also said to have been a person that attacked slave raiders, right? But he's also vilified by the culture because he's part of the people that lost.
Yeah, and then too, it's you had complex societies. You like all slaves in Africa were servants or whatever, wasn't chattel. Like you had different, you know what I'm saying? You had the domestic slave, you had debt slavery. You had the niggas that you caught up in war. You had criminals, niggas that was just like just ignorant in the community. They didn't give a fuck about like you gonna ship these niggas out. They criminals anyway.
Yeah, and hold on. And you also had my tribe, the crew of Liberia. We fought against those slave motherfuckers.
And what happened was that once slaves became more prominent, right, and the money was building, they started increasing the penalty to put people in slavery. You know what I'm saying? Now the infractions that wouldn't bring about slavery now brought them to slavery. So I'm saying,
and we also fought against the Black American too.
It adjusted the laws to fit that shit.
Right. So check this out, Sosa. So was there any white people in groups at the time that was opposed to slavery?
Yeah.
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 So it wasn't just the era that they lived in. I'm trying to build the case that it was always people, and it was always a choice against participating in slavery.
Especially those who been enslaved. The Irish was enslaved. They fought against it. You know what I'm saying? So that was white. That's the Irish. The Irish people.
Yeah, that was the first one to be enslaved in Europe.
No, I mean
slavery basically, you know, because we come from the Slav and shit. But like if you grew up in a feudal system, that's basically, you know what I'm saying, slave. If you got peasants and shit, niggas below you, you know what I'm saying, and all that shit like serfhood, that shit is basically slavery type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but I bet y'all wouldn't love it like that, right? Let's say if she was an African-American woman who took control, say Charleston and Columbia, that area, right? She freed herself, right? Then snatched the European ship that had slaves coming over, and then sold them slaves to European, and then attacked plantations that had slaves on them, and then turned around, took them slaves and sold it. Like, y'all wouldn't love her.
Hey, so it was something that happened like that in Suriname. You had some Akan niggas that was on the sugar plantation. They escaped and rebelled, and they grouped up all the other Akan niggas and just kept the damn plantation rotating and enslaving other niggas that wasn't Akan and shit. Like try to keep the money going, so they like they took over the economy of the plantation. They eventually got caught up by Europeans and shit, but you know what I'm saying. But they started like, you know, so they freed themselves and started enslaving other Africans and shit. They wasn't them.
I liked Africans way before I start talking. I liked them way more before I start talking to y'all. I swear. You know what I mean? I can't even fuck
with how that argument applies in
some
modern
of our ancestors was them niggas. Like, I mean, shit. I mean, it's just like gangbanging. I mean, I used to gangbang, but I ain't with that shit no more. Shit.
Yeah, I can't even fuck with Africans no more, yo. I can't.
But Chef, hold on, Chef. But you know, there were some Black Americans who owned slaves, my nigga.
Of course, but some of it gotta be. But some of it. But hold on.
The first person to hold somebody past their indentured servitude was a nigga.
I get it, but some of them Africans Black people that had slaves. You know what I'm saying?
It's documented in history.
Yeah, but you gotta look. Hold on.
Who documented?
You already know about the court case. You already know. We ain't got to debate the court case. Yeah, but
is he a piece of shit?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I need to hear this.
What's that?
Is the dude that y'all talking about the first Black person, the first person in America, though, what y'all say to actually have a real slave was a Black person? Y'all actually just said that.
They believe that too.
No, I ain't respect it. I'm just saying that's just what happened. I'm like when niggas got indentured.
You said the first person to own any slave in America was a Black person. I'm trying to make sure I get
wasn't the first person. Wasn't the first person. No.
No, they said according to the law. Listen to it.
The first person in the 13 colonies, but not like Americas as a whole.
Hold on. So go back. 13 colonies. The first 13 colonies were the first 13 colonies of America.
But no, you can't qualify all situations the same. People also bought their family members.
They called the 13 colonies of America, then they just called it 13 colonies. America was
okay. Got out. We cool with that, yo. Within those first 13 colonies, you telling me that the first person to own slaves was a Black person?
No.
Yeah, that's what he said. So
that's crazy.
No. Other niggas, he wasn't the first. Other niggas had slaves that was part of the.
You believe that too, don't you?
No, they was indentured service.
The first Africans, the first 20 that was brought to Virginia, they didn't make them chattel slavery. They made them indentured servants, and they got freed after that. And then he had indentured servants too.
Yeah,
he had Irish motherfuckers and
they all did, but he wasn't the first person that got to have slaves.
You said what?
He wasn't the first person to have slaves.
I can't even blame white people no more, yo. Like a nigga was the first slave owner in the United States, and Nzinga and them was fucking around. Like, fuck it. Like, white people, man, y'all good whites. Like,
but hold on, Chef. But
we fucked ourselves over.
But y'all good whites. Y'all good whites. I heard that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Those first settlers in Liberia, those Black American that came to Liberia, they treated those natives like slaves over there, boy.
Chef, I understand your view. I understand, right? But I want to, please, just for my own edification, if you can explain. Listen, don't cut me, man. If you can explain the dichotomy between your view on Nzinga's slavery and and how you pronounce it, the Arab slavery. You say it's okay for them, but it's not okay for Nzinga, right?
Come on, man. You sound super stiff with that shit. That sounds crazy.
Man, damn.
That shit sounds silly. Y'all let that man frame that shit up like that.
I asked a simple question and explain to me what you didn't understand, man. Word.
So I'm gonna tell you like this, my nigga. Nzinga was being attacked. One, by her own motherfucking people. Two, by motherfucking global Europeans coming in, taking their land and colonizing their motherfucking ass.
Hold up.
Don't hold me up, nigga. Let me finish my point. Don't hold me up, nigga. So I'm gonna tell you the difference. You don't know the difference. I'm answering the question. You don't know. The difference is, nigga, the motherfucking Arabs was just grabbing niggas for their motherfucking empire. They wasn't protecting their fucking kingdom. They wasn't fighting for their fucking life, nigga. They was actively seeking and searching.
Listen,
nigga, fuck
Chef,
all that shit, man.
Once again, Chef, the question is, how do you explain the dichotomy, your dichotomy between Nzinga slavery and the slavery that Ankh just explained?
He just say it and hope it stick to somebody. He know damn well ain't nobody support the slave trade. This shit is crazy, all out of context.
Like I said,
If Nzinga,
whatever, man,
if Nzinga gets a pass, if she gets a pass, and she's not a slave,
crazy shit, man.
right? Then the Arabs get a pass too.
All right,
I just gotta be fair, right?
I just want to ask you again, though.
I'm not
racist. Skating around, but you are. No, you skated around the whole. But skated around the whole point, though. The point when I started the conversation was, give me an option, bro. Give me an option to what you're saying.
I'm not giving you nothing
because I can give the Arabs the option.
Me a question. I already know how
you y'all niggas 2 hours ago,
bro.
And y'all ran away from it.
God, James asked me the question.
Nah, nigga, but y'all never gave me the option, though.
All right, I don't want to talk to you about it.
We can give the Arabs the option, though, nigga. Listen, they got plenty of options, nigga. But I'm not stay the fuck in your own house, nigga. That's but I'm option, not, nigga.
I'm not talking to you. Me and James having this conversation.
Right, my fault. I apologize, Chef.
Dang. Now, James,
he doesn't have to apologize to me, man.
Listen. What I'm saying, I ain't asking nobody to apologize to you. I'm saying, listen, I'm saying that once we start removing blame from monarchs, right, and people in power for engaging in slavery, now I'm going to start removing that off of everybody that engaged in it. Like I just got to be fair and honest.
But that doesn't mean that's right, nigga.
Yo, it's planet Earth.
You got people that was practicing a certain distinct thing in one place, and other motherfuckers that crossed the whole Sahara Desert and the whole Atlantic Ocean.
I don't care how far they had to travel.
No, we ain't put geography. It's about how many resources.
Now we got to put geography in it. Now we got to put geography in it.
Shit.
Hey, now hold on. So Aziz is basically saying geography is making it bad now.
I just said it's not just geography.
So what is it?
I'm saying if you don't live there and don't belong there, nigga, then your option is not to come on my land.
You know what I find interesting about this conversation?
Hey, Chef,
I just heard that black man is the one that's responsible. I was about to go to sleep. But I was listening, and I heard that black people is pieces of shit.
Yeah, man, we fucked up.
Because he said that the black man was the first motherfucker to hold somebody behind.
Look up Anthony Johnson. Look up Anthony Johnson.
Okay.
Nah, you made that up.
I'm with
you
you,
that Anthony Johnson.
He the first African American to own property according to Virginia civil.
You made that up, yo.
He the first.
I'm totally done fighting white people.
White people.
Not doing it anymore.
Y'all good now, white people. Y'all good.
Yo, said Anthony Johnson. Yo,
all good in my.
I'm talking about
this man say Anthony
Johnson. British colonies, they had chattel slavery at first. Them niggas started off with the indentured shit. Even the first
Anthony Johnson, yo.
Indentured slaves.
He said Anthony.
Wait a minute, Anthony Johnson. Boy, Anthony Johnson.
Hey, he a pseudo killer.
Listen.
Ain't that the nigga with the telescope?
Cool, he said.
Listen.
Cool, he said Anthony Johnson was the first.
Hey, but you
I'm on your side now, yo.
He's the first African American, but before them you had John. You got John
Johnson,
Punch.
Yo.
You got John Punch. Like he was Anthony Johnson was sold into indentured servitude himself. And then he got his freedom, and then he got his freedom.
I'm in the car with them now.
Nah, you said he was the first person in America, white or black, to get some slaves. That's what I'm at.
They was the first ones to hold a nigga beyond their indentured servitude. That's by definition, that's slavery. And the black man was the first one to do it.
And Anthony Johnson and slavery we got over this bitch. It's a riot, y'all cannot tell me these niggas now.
Yo, we already gave white people a pass. White and Arabs, they got a pass, right?
Castle was the first person.
Everybody got a pass.
Hold on. Let him read this right. Let him read.
We some rotten motherfuckers, read it. Go ahead and read. We was riding in Africa and we was riding when we got here.
He said Anthony Johnson, yo.
Leave it. Castle was the first person who was declared a slave in a civil case. They were both black and white indentured servants sentenced to lifetime servitude before him. Many historians describe indentured servant John Punch as the first documented slave or slave for life.
Right. Damn. He was right.
No,
that ain't what he's saying. He misconstrued it.
Listen
to
what
it was 7.
We got it. You got a source.
It was 7.
Johnson didn't get free till like 16. I think it was 1651. I think Johnson was an indentured servant. He wasn't free till 1651. John Punch is 1640.
No, he's not talking about. He said Anthony Johnson was the one.
John related to Obama. He related to Obama on his mama's side.
Obama now? Oh,
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's what it's saying.
Man, go back to the beginning of why you saying.
Wait a minute, yo. It's only 7 people, yo.
Y'all moving too fast.
It's 7 people. Hold on, it's 7 people. 4 of them is four of them is black people.
Y'all need to cut it out.
And 3 of them is white people, yo. The 4 of them is slaves, and the 3 white people is indentured servants, yo. And they helped build the roads in New Amsterdam, yo.
Thanks again. See you soon.
That's the documentation, yo. I'm gonna say it again. It's 7 people that started this thing in America. 4 of them is white boys. No, 4 of them is black people. 3 of them is white boys. 3 of them is indentured servants. The black people are slaves. And they helped build New Amsterdam, which later on become New York. That's your first documentation when we start talking about slaves. It's 4 of them, yo. 7 all together. 3 white boys. That's what I'm saying.
Who died the year he was born.
So what that got to do with Anthony Johnson and the first legal slave in Virginia?
But I'm saying they the first people in New York and New Amsterdam. That's when it just started.
John Punch predates him. That's Anthony Johnson wasn't even free yet. He was still a
Anthony Johnson. He's from Virginia and shit. They used to call him before he switched his name to Johnson. They used to call him Anthony the Angola or some shit. He's from Angola.
So that's where they got him from.
Yeah, he was from Angola again. That Nzinga.
Y'all know some of them Angola niggas came over as Christians too. Like a lot of them niggas was the early.
And Nzinga was making them Christians before they. Man.
Yeah, the Stono Rebellion. Some of them niggas came over here Christians. That's when they stopped getting niggas from Angola and shit because they were so rebellious and they already knew the operations that was going on. A lot of them niggas was already Christians and shit.
Yeah, a lot of Muslims were rebellious. They didn't want to get Muslims for the longest, because they felt like the Muslims were too rebellious and they were trying to start a Christian country, so they didn't want to bring any Muslims over. But eventually they went against that and still brought Muslim slaves over.
Yeah, this is what I find interesting about the West African conversation, is nobody has interjected any type of history that can make us feel good. When y'all gonna do that?
I mean, what you want?
Well, I
it's always depression and slavery. I mean,
I talked about the walls of Benin.
Interject like something positive.
Hold on. Well, I'll tell you what, we got Pianka, Pata, Montu. I can't see the last part, bro. What's on your mind, bro?
What's up, brothers? I was actually coming on to support the brother who said that about John Punch. Okay. A lot of right-wing politicians use that as an excuse for us not to mention slavery or to mention reparations for slavery. So, but the thing is, it's just facts. So it's something that we got to deal with. But when these right-wing politicians try to say we can't use it, or we should point to that when we talk about reparations, when we look at the majority of slave owners, we still looking at the antebellum South, and that hadn't been established yet at this time. And this wasn't the same as what took place in the antebellum South. So I still think it needs to be a line of demarcation drawn between John Punch, Anthony Johnson, and what went on in that situation. So that's all. I wanted to just bring clarity to that. But what's up with you? You probably don't recognize me with this name. Let me turn this camera on. I'll be beating up on me on Sinetta channel, but.
Oh, okay, yeah, he slid off a second. He'll be back.
Okay, but yeah, that's all. That's all. When the brother, I seen there was some doubt with what the brother was saying, so I just wanted to make sure he had somebody backing him up.
For sure. We got that. What hungry fighting you on?
No. Well, see, okay. My thing is when it comes to talking points about God and things of that nature, I don't believe in the Christian God or the Abrahamic faith. I'm more agnostic, right? Mm-hmm. But my thing is, how can anybody say for sure any of these deities don't exist? And so, everybody always come with different rhetoric, but at the end of the day, can anybody say for sure they do exist or they don't exist? That's my position. So you can imagine Unc reaction when I say something like that.
Yeah. So, you can't know.
But yeah, how could anybody possibly know for sure with 100% certainty?
Yeah, you can't know. That's what it said. Everybody's really agnostic. That's what they say. Yeah. So I get the point you make.
Yeah, that's all. Like my man always say, my man Sabio, it ain't no such thing as when no talking donkeys, when no talking snakes. So my question was, have you or any study you read experienced every species of snake and donkey throughout human history? No. So then how can you say one didn't talk? Then it's
you can go, you can just, but that you can go with probability.
Well, yeah, I know.
I get the point. I get the point.
When my man
it's gonna piss people off if you do
that. When he said it with so much confidence, it's like, but do you really know, and have you done the necessary research to say it with so much confidence? So that's all.
Yeah, you gonna piss me off with that.
Oh man, he be ready to fight. So that's all. I question everything. So at the end of the day, it's just I love when people say or pretend they know something. Like it's different when we talking about, am I a black man in America? I could turn my camera on and y'all could see that. I could, it's certain things that you could, like you said, it's just the probability. But then when we start talking about other things, it's like you kind of confident for that to be, such a vague question. Because
what do you think giving white people a pass for slavery? What do you think about that conversation?
I will never give white people a pass for slavery.
This is what they're saying, man.
We're saying that based on something else. So we really was having an argument about Queen Nzinga, and it really is centered around her being a hero for African American based on the fact that she was a slave. You know what I mean? So that's
I think if you're gonna look at Queen Nzinga and you're gonna say we shouldn't view her as a hero, then
as an African American,
for African Americans or anybody else, then you shouldn't look at any African in your ancestral line as a hero, because you don't know what Africans was enslavers and what Africans wasn't.
You understand?
Yeah, but exactly. But we can't.
But they're going to give white people a pass.
We can't hate against what we don't know, but we can hate.
They got to advocate for white.
Right. So here's the thing. We can look at the position she was in, and we can understand the decision she made. We ain't gotta like the decision, but we can look at the decision she made that she thought was for the betterment of her people. So I'm not saying that you still gotta look at her as a hero, but you can respect that. Okay, I'll put
it this way: do you consider her a hero?
I consider her somebody who I can respect, and with regards to being an African and understanding that she did what she had to do.
Do you consider her a hero?
I consider a hero.
Hold on,
because
Jay.
he fought
I'm asking
against the
him.
white
I'm
people.
asking him. I'm asking him.
I think hero would be going too far. I think she is somebody that could be to be admired. I wouldn't say hero.
Yeah, I mean, you can admire goddamn Hitler. I mean, shit.
Well, I wouldn't. But see, I wouldn't say Hitler is somebody to be admired.
No, I mean, when you look at
can respect him for
white people.
Well, you can respect his ability to rally a crowd or his talent for rhetoric.
Yeah, and take over a country and
but admire, nah. But see, I could admire Nzinga's and her decision making and making hard decisions to do what she had to do for her people.
But these niggas are sympathizers, man.
But
them
see,
other niggas are sympathizers.
But see, saying that I'm letting white people off the hook for slavery, no, because see, this the thing when it comes to slavery that kind of irks me. People act like
go down, Chef. They tell you keep going down.
People will say, Africans enslaved Africans and sold Africans into slavery without putting the nuance into the conversation. So
that's
we
the
never
argument
say,
to get it off the onus off the white people. That's the argument.
We never say Europeans enslaved Europeans though. We say we put names on it. We say Rome enslaved Gaul or Thrace or whatever other country they took over and enslaved, right?
That's a good point, because Europeans didn't enslave Europeans for being Europeans.
Right. But it don't matter. They still enslaved them. Right. So and Africans didn't enslave Africans for being Africans. This was about territory.
But and Europeans enslaved Africans for being Africans.
And see, this is the thing. We bang on each other all day for shit that don't belong to us.
That's right.
But we can look at our common enemy who don't give a damn about whatever our squabbles is amongst each other. They hate us for being us from the day we born. Before we even establish anything in this world, they hate us. So I ain't never letting them off the hook for the shit they did.
I ain't never heard nothing so stupid like this, man. You know, that's a great analogy, brother. But what I've been hearing before you put it down like that, man, they sound like sympathizers. Let's give white good.
We was being sarcastic because of the situation that nigga was putting forth for Nzinga, bro. That's why we were saying like that. We were saying like, if y'all gonna take that position, then we have to run that gambit for everybody.
But the optics and the phonetics, man, it don't sound right.
You know what I mean? If you listen to the show, though, you understand what's going on.
I couldn't stand it anymore, and I chimed in at the risk of Unc doing what he did, beating my ass down again, but I got to get it out. I mean, that's crazy talk. You see, cops are not killing, whitey because they're white, right? And brothers in Chicago ain't killing other brothers because they're black. You got to understand that. That's a dichotomy, the way you're viewing this. Man, it is a war against us worldwide. There's a war against the black man, whether it's France, Chicago, New York, Amsterdam, Luxembourg. It's a war against niggas like you, and you acting like give the Marbs a pass. Man, that's crazy.
It's a difference between us having our squabbles, be they stupid or not. Those are our issues amongst each other. Again, it ain't about our color. It's about little petty squabbles amongst us, just like in Africa, they had squabbles for territory, resources, etc. It's a difference between that and just being hated and killed and enslaved and subjugated because of the color of your skin. They didn't give a damn if it was a baby who ain't never did nothing to nobody or a grown ass man who was a warlord.
That's when you get to America, because in Africa you had white people fighting with African allies on both sides, and white people fighting other white people.
But when you got the but I mean that's the same thing over here. You had white people fighting for us over here.
You had white people and Africans fighting other white people and Africans for the slave trade. So it wasn't no I hate you because you black. Nah, they had black allies. White people had black allies and black people had white allies.
But the But the white person, but are we gonna pretend that the white person that was fighting alongside the black person was fighting alongside that black person because they liked them?
You don't gotta like it. You don't gotta. You don't gotta be an ally because you
ain't gotta do nothing for us.
You gotta have all you need is a goddamn mutual agreement on some shit that y'all can work together on. You don't gotta like
exactly
ally.
Exactly. So it still stands that they still hated these particular people because they were black. It don't
like they didn't hate them because they were black.
They stands toe to toe with anybody if it served their need. Like they didn't go to
Africa. They didn't go to Africa. But listen, they didn't go to Africa to get Africa to be black. If there was another group of people that could do the work, they'd have went there. They went there because those people were capable of doing the goddamn work. That's why they went there. Okay. They knew the tropical landscape matched up, but it wasn't because because they were black. They had, like I said, they were black tribes.
How did they know those people could do the work, bro? How did they know those people could do the work?
Because they know of the goddamn landscape, and Africa already had what Uncle would say a bustling slave trade going on. They knew
those people could do the work because they had enslaved other people, and those people had dropped dead on their ass. Just like over here, they had Native Americans in them cotton fields and in them tobacco fields.
It's just a coincidence.
That shit.
Yeah, of course.
It's just a coincidence.
Most Native American got some disease, but I'm saying the fact of the matter is, based on the climate,
it still was about hatred and subjugation. That's big business. Because if it was just about anybody being able to do it, they'd have started where the fuck they was.
They did start where they were, but they weren't successful. That's what you just showed. They had no intentions. They had no intentions of bringing.
No, when I say where they was, they didn't put no white people in them cotton fields.
They did put white people in them goddamn fields. They were dying off. There's plenty of examples. Yeah, they did have white people in there. Plenty.
He said they
were plenty white people, bro. Yeah, that's not either hard to look up. Yeah, the motherfucker was dying.
Listen. We can look that up right now. Yeah, I'm talking about them. We know they had white indentured slaves.
You can go to Bristol. You can just type in Bristol. You can type in Bristol, England. You know what I'm saying? You'll find a white person that was indentured servitude and sister bought his freedom and shit and brought him back to England.
It was white indentured slaves. I'm talking about in the colonies of America, in the South. You telling me it was white people in the field?
Now you're talking. Okay, so now you're leaving from Africa. Okay, so now you're talking about what? You're talking about.
Now we talking about white. They were slavery.
Yeah, they were white indentured service until the law passed. Until the law changed.
Yeah, I went to one of y'all.
Until the status
was just as much as whites, enslaved as blacks in this country. I'm waiting for one of y'all to pick some shit like that.
This is what we talking about.
That shit didn't change until the status of white became a status. In the book they call it Vision of White Race.
I agree.
Before them, they were both black and white.
No whites in the field, though, bro.
Yes, there were whites in the field. They were indentured service, just like blacks were first indentured service, and some were slaves. It was the same.
And they weren't doing the same work. That's all
I'm saying. They were doing the exact same work. It didn't change until the status changed.
Yeah, that's
right. They elevated the whites, and then they elevated.
If I'm wrong, I can see, bro.
Yeah.
So
then they elevated the whites to oversee. Yeah.
So this is true. This is not the argument, though. This is a digression.
Bro, we having a conversation, man.
But go back on.
Go ahead and make your speech on the black man. Well, we're talking about specific, bro. I don't want to get dragged in some.
Nah, you specific. You came up with a hypothetical just now that blew my mind. You know what it is? You want me to repeat it? It sound whack.
Go ahead.
Y'all giving white people a pass for some reason, and I don't know what reason it is, but we are in a situation.
Yeah, we're being hunted and killed all over the country, bro. Like you don't.
We have to have an accurate perception, man.
Like you make the speech every show, James. Like I've heard it already, bro. Like come on, bro.
I ain't never talked about slavery on this show, man.
No, never. We're being targeted.
Okay, tell me when.
I've heard it already,
you see,
bro.
you ain't hear nothing. That's just another digression. But go ahead, man. Because I ain't got the same problems that I'm talking about. I'm just trying to help, man. Believe me.
Yeah, Bianca, they were white and black indentured service, bro.
Okay, I see that they were in cotton fields in the Caribbean. I don't see it here. And I see that it didn't last. It didn't last that long either. So
around 1621. That's when we look at the John Punch case. The John Punch case that was Shepard's had on the screen was one of the first situations where an African was sentenced to servitude for life.
Lifelong slavery, right?
Right. So that's 1640. The first African slave was sentenced to servitude for life.
He ran away with 3 Europeans. The Europeans got 7 years to the person they was indentured to and 7 years to the colony.
Right. And that was the first case that led the dichotomy between black and white indentured servitude.
I agree. I'm with you.
And you also have, I think it was the Bacon's Bridge Rebellion. Both black and white slaves fighting for shit, and that's when you get the division of the white race, and then
that's when the powers that be said, "Hold on, we can't have these people working because you got poor whites, poor blacks, poor natives. It ain't. Hold on, we can't have these people working together. We got to draw a line."
Right.
And so those white indentured servants became overseers over those black indentured servants. I'm with you.
Now we on the same page, right?
I'm just saying. My issue was where we were saying they was doing the same work, because I always felt, but I always thought, and I'm saying thought because I've read some stuff that led me down that path, that the white workers were doing more of the carpentry and building, while the black workers were more in the field. Not saying that the black workers weren't doing some of the carpentry work as well, but I've never seen where the white workers were doing the same work in the field as the black workers. And that's a small dichotomy. It don't really mean much, but that was my only issue with what was being said. Otherwise, we're on the same page.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, but in my opinion, that's still to jump back with my man. That still, to me, don't let white people off the hook. I'm still.
The whole thing, it was like it was making an argument that it was people. The reason they did that is because that was just the times. You have to understand the times. You can't look at it with a 2022 lens. It was just the dealings of the day. So we're saying that then if you make that excuse, right, then that excuse has to carry over for everybody, right? Because I asked was George Washington a slave? And he said no.
Tripping. He was an enslaver. He was definitely an enslaver. He owned slaves.
Right. He said Unc said that he wasn't a slaver, meaning, and I don't know if this is just how people get out of arguments, because I'm noticing this going on around here. But you will say something and then someone else will say something again like what they originally said. But what he was saying in the context of what he said was that he wasn't the one that was going around and capturing slaves or shipping them across there or selling slaves. He just owned slaves.
So if he owns slaves, he's an enslaver, right?
I mean, basically, to me, that's what I say. I don't have no problems. Trust me, I don't have no problems with dealing with the whole totality of slavery in this chronological context. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how a person that owns slaves is not an enslaver.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's levels.
Well, hold on. Was Queen Nzinga a slave?
Did she own slaves?
Yeah.
Then she was an enslaver.
Okay, well, Unc would disagree with you with that, because he'll say she wasn't known as an enslaver. That's his argument.
And that's correct.
So let me ask y'all this.
But it's a context. It's a more complex context to Queen Nzinga.
If I cheat on my wife constantly, but I'm not known as a cheater, am I a cheater?
That's what I say, bro. But they think I'm crazy when I say that type of shit.
Like I'm. Is this an argument tactic, or is we just dealing with what is?
No, they went further. That was Unc's view. They went further, or the opposition went as far as to say, well, if we have to give Nzinga a pass, then we got to give the Arabs as well as all white people a pass for enslaving us.
But who's giving passes? Like
these niggas right here.
Not me.
Just because we honest,
James ain't giving no pass. Make sure
just because we honest about what a black person did, don't mean we gotta give our enemies a pass.
This is what I'm saying. No, they don't see because they are on another frequency. See, they are on the I'm part of them thing. You know what we all want. They stand kumbaya already, and some of them are kind of, they have an emotional attachment to some of them herbs and Moors.
Yeah, that's how you take it, James, then just take it.
So if a black cop beat my father ass back in the 90s, and now a white cop beat my son ass here in 2022, I gotta let that black cop, if I don't do nothing to the white officer, or I lose whatever we do with regards to legal proceedings against the white officer.
Man, by now they know I can't feel that question.
If your argument is that black officer was in his right to beat that black man to death,
I'm just asking.
Then you would have to agree the white officer was in agreement it's cool for beating that black man to death.
I'm just so
you can't get no passes just because it's race.
That's all I'm saying. So it's the same thing. And Nzinga don't get off,
right?
She don't get off for owning slaves just because. So
that was our point. That was our point. You feel me?
Yeah, but at the same time, just like in every situation, we can look at the nuances with each thing when it comes to us. Just like if me and you get into a fight, two black men, and it's over, it can be over a sister that we both interested in, and as petty as that would be. But that's why we got into it. Okay, cool. But we two black men. Now you take me getting into it with a white man who spit in my face.
No. The circumstance got to be equal. You get in a fight with a white man over a white or black girl.
So I'm getting into it with a white man over
black or white girl you was dating, one or whoever.
Okay. Either way. So I get into it with that white man. Am I supposed to have the same energy with the black man that I do with the white man?
Yeah. Why not?
See?
Why wouldn't you?
Now that's where
it goes a step further.
Bianchi, let me ask you this:
all of the black,
if a white man, if your wife cheated on you with a white man, but then your wife cheated on you with a black man, you would be less upset with the black man and more upset with the white man?
I'll tell you what, in the moment, I'm just gonna be upset.
You gonna want,
but here's the thing, and this just keeping it a buck. No, I'm just gonna be upset, period. But as I think about it, I'm gonna be like, God damn, with a white man, with a white boy, this bitch cheat. Like, excuse my language. I'm gonna be real with you. It would bother me more that it was with a white boy. That's just facts.
Yeah, that's a strike against your manhood.
I'm just keeping it a buck. Like
both of them is a strike against your manhood.
This motherfucker put the pink shit in. Oh, like with a brother, we might be able to work the shit out.
Man, a dick is nah, you can't work no shit out, man. You
heard what I said. We might be able to work the shit out. I got blood on my ledger too, but we ain't working nothing out if she didn't let the white boy put his worm in her.
Oh my God.
Yo, that's crazy.
Nah, nigga, they both get shot. There you go.
I mean, I understand, but I'm just telling you. So
no, what I'm hearing, the analogy gives a break to all of the white cops that kill unarmed black people. It says, you know what, it justifies it. It's all right.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. I feel like just because we got a black person who did a thing that we don't agree with, we take that same thing that other people have done, and we saying, well, it's okay that they did it because a black person did it. That don't make sense.
I'm gonna go a step
If a
further.
black person,
I'm gonna go a step further.
Let's just say if a black person molested your friend's child, and a white person molested your friend's child, you'd be more upset
you
with the white
subject to your
person
times,
molestation
right? And they
than
want
it
to
would be
say
the
they're
black person
subject to their
molestation.
times.
Nah, you be mad because that fucker she got molested. You ain't tripping about
or
that.
we just 200 years out of slavery. We got to understand these niggas gonna bust our heads open. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I missed it. Did you say something about my?
I said if a white man molested your friend's child and a black man molested your friend's child, you wouldn't be as angry with the black man for molesting your friend's child. You'd be highly upset at the white dude. You'd be like, I can understand a black dude doing it, but a white dude?
Well, see,
white dude? Nah.
When it comes,
it's a red herring.
I think some stuff though, when it comes to molestation, rape, and stuff like that,
it's a digression from the main point.
I don't care.
Right, molestation.
I don't care what
rape.
color the person was.
Okay, so molestation, rape, but not slavery.
Always digressing.
Molestation, rape.
Because we
talking
about. We talking about a child being molested.
Chill,
so I'm not caring. I'm not looking at it was a white boy. I'm looking at the child got harmed and somebody got to die.
Right. This is what. So it would be the same thing with slavery. Nigga, somebody got harmed, somebody got to die. Same shit.
See,
come on, bro. Don't see. Come on.
You know that ain't the same.
Come on.
It ain't the same, bro. It ain't the same.
So you draw the line at slavery. You make a delineation between slavery when
I don't draw the line.
You make a delineation. So you make a delineation with slavery when they get his foot chopped off.
I'm simply saying. I'm simply saying. Or why would we throw Queen Nzinga away because she had slavery when we know every African chieftain has slavery?
It's a stretch, but you know what he's saying.
I mean, it's not even really a stretch though. We would have to throw all of them away.
I don't celebrate. I don't really celebrate African kings.
I'm saying for those who look back to Africa, practice Sankofa, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I can look at them motherfuckers and say, they were some scums for doing that shit.
Them niggas love the clerk.
Like I can look at the history, but I don't. Them ain't heroes that's in the African American.
And then we gotta look at. That's why I say we gotta get into the nuances of it. Was it chattel slavery? Was it the same? Was it what our ancestors went through over here or at the hands of Europeans? Because what we know is
when we look at the brutality that was placed upon Africans in terms of transportation from the interior to the slave dungeon, where a lot of them died waiting for the boats to happen, bro. It was gruesome, bro. It was gruesome.
Right. I know, but that was in the hands of the European.
No. That was in the hands of us delivering them to the Europeans.
They was overseeing in them castles. They were overseeing, man. They had the mulattoes.
So we saying that Africans was overseeing them in the slave dungeons?
No, the Africans are the ones that overseeing them, escorting them to them dungeons where they know they would be put in those conditions. Right? They was aware.
Do we know that for sure?
Yeah, we know that for sure.
No, we don't. He's fronting right now. I wish
when you look at
he's fronting. I want to be clear. I'm not looking to let them off the hook.
We look at the brutality that they were placed upon them and taking them there, bro. We talking about niggas, trees carved out and their head placed in the holes of trees. Some of them when they would cry out, they would sew their mouths shut. Like we're talking
left tied to a stump and left out in the sun to bake. Like I get it, bro. All I'm saying is from what I know, and if I'm wrong, bro, like I said, school me. I was always thought and told that was in the hands of the European, which is why it's called a peculiar institution.
Listen to what he's saying.
Because they say there was no treatment of slaves like this in human history. So again, if we're gonna put Nzinga next to what the European did, I don't think she would measure up to them in terms of brutality. Otherwise, we know they would say, well, we would say they were the most brutal, but if you look at Africa and you see Queen Nzinga, she was just as they wouldn't be giving them that title as the most brutal enslaver in human history if Queen Nzinga measured up to
they give them the brutal.
Before that, the most brutal because they have more longevity. But in terms of brutality, Africa was very brutal. I mean, goddamn.
Before that, the Arabs used to castrate us.
The lips so shut. Like goddamn, we gonna goddamn measure? Like goddamn.
No. What I'm asking is, are we certain that this was done by the Africans or by the Europeans?
Certainly. That's why I gave you. That's why I told you. Yeah. That's why I told you how it was done in terms of them. They were carving the tree out and putting holes in it where they could put their heads because they would march them in lines with a plank with the necks in the holes, so they keep in a line and shit like that. All that shit, so their mouth shut. Like even the Africans that tell shit on the goddamn tour, like it ain't a secret.
Yeah, they were African, but some of them never considered themselves. Just like some of you niggas don't consider yourself Africans anymore. Like, no, hear me out. Hear me out. Stop cutting me, man. Stop cutting. Listen, every time you do that, what kind of waste of freaking intelligence is that?
Cutting you because you keep
why you do
stupid shit.
You know, listen. The fact is that these Moors and mulattoes is down with them, and they never consider themselves African anymore. They live so much years in Europe, right? Just like these niggas over here don't consider them African. You see 4th of July? You should have heard the show. These niggas was whistling motherfucking Dixie. I'm back quiet.
I forgot about the Moors and the Berbers and all.
Man, please mute that nigga.
But if what the brother's saying is true about the brutality of Africans upon other Africans, regardless of being from other tribes and other social systems and all of that, so what do we do with that as African Americans, though, especially those who consider themselves Pan-African or seeking to rediscover our African heritage? What do we do with that information? Like,
you need to stop trying to be a Pan-African. That's what you do with that information.
Okay, yeah, because I'm asking seriously. Like, how do you reconsider trying to link back to that? Because obviously, it ain't all that we think it is. If these things are true, you see what I'm saying?
This is our tribe, man.
Yes, us in America is our tribe. Thank you, so.
They ain't reaching back here to goddamn grab us, man. They never came for a nigga. Like, we was on our own. Exactly. So we did it on our own.
But hold on.
See, that's where you done tripped all the way out of it.
Hold on.
You ain't put it back in a real chronological context, like most people that's ignorant of history do. So when this shit is going on, you expecting somebody to come back and get you, but they done got enslaved and in servitude themselves through colonization of that. They ain't no position to come get nobody.
No, that's
Africans played a major role in enslaving other Africans, bro.
And so did Black Americans too. So did Black American play a major role in slavery too. So what the fuck you saying?
What major role did Black Americans play?
We got to watch out for them motherfuckers.
What major role Black Americans played?
Yeah, give me that, bro. What major role did Black Americans play in slavery?
Okay, okay. Are you going to hear? You ready?
Come on.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about Liberia.
Man, you still on Liberia?
Good subject, brother. Good subject.
Yeah, I'm still on Liberia.
So Liberia is in
Africa. We talking about in America.
Okay. When
did African Americans play a role in America? Let's stay out of Liberia. America.
A major role in slavery in America.
Yeah, that was
okay. I'll tell you when.
What the dumbest shit you could? Shut up! You sound stupid,
bro. You just be capping because you from Liberia, bro.
Yeah, man.
Don't hate, nigga. Appreciate it.
Hey, fight them African Americans over there. We don't be fucking with the niggas over there in Liberia. They talking about like we be clinging on the niggas and like big up Liberia.
Connect with Liberia,
saying that shit over here.
Hey, today's Liberia Independence Day, the 26th.
Wow.
Giving up all the Liberians, niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Chef and Unc, they got to connect with Liberia.
But for real though,
Chef
we
and
gotta
Unc,
we gotta hold Africans accountable too, just like we hold white people accountable.
And that's what I'm doing, because them niggas is descendants from the Maryland colonization society that went over there in the first place. They formed a country called Republic of Maryland, and then it merged with Liberia. Right?
There you go.
You know what? They from right there in Baltimore, right there. Check the ancestry.
We ain't ran.
Y'all want to get pseudo? Check the ancestry.
That's Chef and Unc.
Yeah, we ain't ran nowhere. We ain't ran nowhere, bro. We stayed right here and fought the shit for here.
Exactly.
We ain't nowhere, bro.
Nigga,
don't link us with niggas that dipped out. They dipped out, bro. They left us. We ain't fucking with them.
Exactly.
They on their own. If they put the whip, if they put the beats on y'all niggas, y'all should have fought harder, nigga. Like without numbers, nigga. I ain't let the niggas put the beats on y'all niggas, bro.
They merged. They merged.
How do we hold Africa accountable for reparations for
Let's do peace. Say so. We says do peace.
Hold on. I hear you saying that you go hold the black man in Africa responsible also. To what degree are accountable? Let's be honest here. As I said, I'm going to repeat it again. I repeat it every time. My father was a crackhead.
God, that's too.
Right? No. I'm going to repeat it a million times. I don't hold the crack dealer responsible for the crackheads. Because no country, crack never make America.
It's not the same.
It's the same.
Not a good analogy.
Listen to him.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Yo, you gotta let one mic speak, man. Come on, man. Let the man speak. Right, then you can go on.
The little people in Africa, which were manipulated into a system that was worldwide by colonial powers, is similar to the little crack dealer in the corner, what was manipulated by politics, by people wanting to buy guns for Iran, by people wanting to destroy a community. Or you can hold a man who make $50,000 or $100,000 or $5 million. When it was a systematic effort to destroy black people.
Yeah, but you still had a choice, bro. You still got a choice, no matter what.
Why not condemn your father and
hell no.
Why not you condemn your father and the poison in the community?
It's addictive, man. It's a disease. You didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you don't have to sell crack, but they put the conditions in there to make it more palatable for you.
Yeah, but not everybody in the hood sold crack.
Yeah.
What?
Some people made a decision not to do it.
Yeah, okay, wait a minute. How old
everybody sold slaves. Some people
majority.
How old? The person
majority of African Americans made it. Listen, hold on. Majority of African Americans made a choice not to sell crack. That was a overwhelming majority of African Americans did not sell crack.
That is true.
So y'all gotta stop making that dumbass analogy.
But a lot of the people who chose not to sell crack also stayed in abject poverty too. So when you weigh poverty versus that, they did. Like I grew up in a neighborhood where the choice was you sell crack or you literally
but that ain't worldwide. That's not
that was nationwide in America.
And I'm not saying those were the only options you had. I'm saying that
you said the only option.
Yeah.
No, understand what I'm saying. That's what it felt like. I'm correcting myself. It felt like those were the only options you had. Now you had some people that did that, made a better life for themselves, got out. You had some people that didn't do it at all, went to school, struggled, but they still got out through education. And you got
what about the people who didn't do it?
Hold on, I'm getting to it. You got some
bring them up yet.
You got some people that didn't do it, and they still right there in that neighborhood doing what they was doing in 1987.
Okay, but what about the people who did it and who didn't do it and was successful? You still haven't brought them up.
I just said. I just said.
No, you didn't. You said they didn't do it and they still there struggling.
I just said through education. I just said through education, they made it out. They struggled a little bit, but they got out.
But all right, since I brought it up, let me finish what I'm saying.
Go ahead,
because this dude said that's a dumb answer, but analogy.
I don't like the analogy either, Stevie. I was going to.
No, you don't like it.
No, that wasn't no analogy. That was a fact.
My bad.
No, let him finish the point, though. He was making a point.
Let me finish.
It was a good analogy.
You see, if you're under 50,
your microphone should be step back from it or something.
Oh, sorry. You see, if you're under 50, if you're below 50 in my book, you don't understand what was going on in the 80s.
That's why I asked what his
in
age
the 70s. You don't.
I'm 36, bro.
Yeah, you don't even know what the hell happened.
You was a child.
So you need to just chill out.
You don't even understand what was going. You don't even understand what communities was like. You don't even understand. Listen, a lot of people in Jamaica might not tell you this, but crack and drug money is why a lot of people have houses. When the grandchildren them came to America, I was in New York in Shower Passage. I was in Miami. I was in all over the place selling crack and send back money and improve the family socio-economic conditions. A lot of them died. A lot of them went to prison. A lot of them came home with nothing, but they came home to a house that the crack money bought. That changed just the presence of a house. A house can change how a family go forward for the next generation. Because nobody's worried about being put outside. They have a house. The crack game changed the community. For some, it was devastating, but for others,
for most, it was devastating.
Not for most.
For most who was affected, it was devastating.
Yeah.
But for some,
I can't say it was most.
But for some, it improved the social condition. When people in Africa, you have to understand the condition before the slave trade. Right? They never know that they need a thing. They never know that they need pots and pans and fabric until the slave trade came. And that's how those goods and services coming into play.
But it was a slave trade before the Europeans even came.
Yeah, but what were they getting from the Arabs?
Yeah,
they were slave
amongst themselves.
Yeah,
go ahead.
What were they getting? What were they getting?
Whatever little trinkets they deem.
See, this how I know. Hold on. This how I know y'all lying. Watch this.
You know,
ain't nobody lying.
Yeah, y'all is.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Bro, you can go look all this up.
Pan Africa, we already did a whole.
Get into the interior.
Well, I remember when y'all did the whole show.
Trade.
Trade.
Listen to what you're saying.
We done did
there was no slave trade.
There was an
slave trade. Do y'all do research?
Man, we done did a whole show on this shit, bro.
Right.
Hey, Shaquan.
Bro, y'all can't
mean you wasn't wrong.
Wait, just hear me out. Let me say something real quick.
Yeah, go
y'all
ahead.
Y'all gotta just stop. Look, bro. We gotta hold everybody accountable, bro.
Right.
Okay, we understand we African, but we still have to hold them accountable. You gotta stop making excuses for them like it didn't happen and white people just came and captured niggas and sent us over here. No, bro. It was
so what you want to do with that?
Let him comment. Let him finish. Let him make a statement.
Let me finish my comment. You gotta understand, bro. How do you think they got into the interior? It was with other Africans.
Okay.
They couldn't just come into the interior of Africa without other Africans. Let's stop it. Stop.
Yeah, the other Africans was carrying the motherfuckers.
What?
Okay, so what you want to do? Hey, so what you want to do with the Africans?
What are you talking about?
But Shaquan, what you want to do with the Africans? Accountable to what? What kind of accountability?
Stop making excuses for them.
Okay, so that's all you want? Just stop making excuses?
Say what they did wrong. Stop making excuses.
So how's that going to benefit you, though?
No, I'm saying just like we do with white people. right?
Right.
We hold white people accountable. We say they did this,
No, we
they
don't.
did that, they
No,
did
we
this,
don't.
they did that.
Man,
Listen,
chill,
but
man.
when
You
it
don't know
comes
what
to
this is about.
Africans,
The fact is,
Hey, let him make his comment.
Let him make his
when
point.
it comes to Africans, when it comes to Nzinga, when it comes to Egypt, niggas get amnesia.
Right.
What
What
Egypt
no,
got to
the
do with it,
argument
nigga?
was they are
Quit hating on
justifying the
Egypt.
fact that they do not hold the white man accountable. You understand? They're justifying that fact. Right?
Nah, no,
We
they
don't
not.
hold them accountable. How the
No,
hell we hold them accountable?
He's still on the same shit, even though.
Right. He on the ship from like last week.
Nah, you still bugging because you can't understand the King's English that you speak.
Damn. King's English.
That's right, English, motherfucker. God damn it. The fuck, my mic working?
Yeah, they working quite well. Yeah, he's
all right,
right.
bro.
You
Right.
understand the man English.
Well,
God
fuck,
damn
I
it.
heard what's going on.
I like what Stu P brought to the table with that because
Man,
see, like
that was awful.
No, it wasn't. Because y'all don't even understand. It shows that y'all don't even understand Karen history. That's what that just showed me.
Who?
Y'all, I mean, whoever didn't understand what Stu P just interjected into the conversation about just something as simple as the crack era and understanding.
We understand the crack era.
That's the opposition.
We
They don't want to
understand the crack era. You gotta understand
y'all don't even understand why he brought that to the table.
I do.
You
gotta understand that if he talking about people under 50 not knowing, and these people and most of the people that was affected was harmed, then who you think the kids are?
But
Who you think of the children and the mothers and fathers are,
what
bro?
y'all were just saying, y'all didn't understand what he was saying, which lets me know y'all don't understand what's going on.
What they want to do, what they want to do
Let's do P's break that down.
They sympathizers, yo.
No, hold on. Let me finish, please. Blaming the dealer, blaming the man on the corner is almost on the same level as blaming the African for the slave trade. Blaming the crack dealer for the crack epidemic is almost like you're blaming the Africans in Nzinga for the slave trade. Slave trade would have happened with or without Nzinga. They would have found a way to get rid of her.
Man, they been doing it before in the Congo with Alfonso.
They wasn't the first on the fact that they not only admitted that they put the drugs in our neighborhood, but after they did it, they put a war on drugs for the very drugs they put in our neighborhood for those who were found with those drugs. So like this is so insidious. This is so insidious that we act like the question is, the brother was talking about amnesia, right? And we act like we forgot. We act like
fight against the Europeans.
These people,
you niggas is allergic to accountability.
They literally admitted that they put the drugs in our neighborhood, and at the same time,
they put them there, right? And they made you sell them.
Who said they? I didn't say they made it.
This cat right.
But I said they made.
These are some blame the nigga
motherfuckers. They made the conditions right. They made the conditions right for me to
just hear me out. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna let you talk. So you said they put the drugs there. Now who made you sell them?
I just said
that money.
That money.
I said they made the conditions right for me to sell them.
No. You made a choice to sell them.
I agree. You know
and
why?
Your people made a choice to
You know why?
them.
Because my circumstances made it beneficial for me to sell them.
Yeah,
niggas
took the easy way out, bro. That's what you got to do.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
You took the easy way out. Take accountability. That's all I'm saying.
I agree 100%.
I ain't gonna judge you because nigga, I drugs too. But all I'm saying is take accountability.
You can't judge me.
Ain't no easy way out of our predicament.
What y'all missing is y'all looking at it like I'm trying to get off the hook for doing what I did. I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm telling you is, it was a setup regardless.
Right.
Whoever made the decision to do it, for whatever reason they decided to do it, it was still a setup.
Right.
Hold on.
But I think it's this. I think it's this though. Nobody gets it. I think it's this. Nobody gets it passed, bro. That's all. All we saying is nobody gets it passed. That's all we saying.
Hey, you ain't getting no pass. Y'all can put on a dress. Y'all can put on a dress. Y'all can kiss Whitey ass. But you ain't gonna
not even me, bro. I got all kinds of regrets. I got all kinds of regrets. I got all kinds of regrets. Niggas will sit around and be like,
I had run down the runway with high heels on. He ain't gonna do shit for you.
When a nigga sit back and nigga think about it, a nigga realize like, I made that decision. I wasn't.
I definitely realized I made a mistake. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it over again.
Hey, homie, I think about that shit every day, bro. I think about that shit every day. Like,
I actually played a pawn in a much bigger game. Hold on, one at a time.
Shaquan.
Go ahead.
Shaquan.
I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, what kind of drug you was selling, homie?
Whoa.
I mean, I ain't gonna get it. I'm from LA, so you put it together.
Allegedly.
Okay. You from LA. All right.
I'm from LA. You put it together.
Okay. Well, it could be.
I'm from where the shit cross. Put it that way.
Okay. So you was all right. So
and I'm a Crip. So this is a Crip nigga telling you the real.
So
this nigga that joined the gang at 13, and I'm telling you the real. I made that decision. Did nobody make me join the gang or none of that? I made that decision. I can't blame my circumstances. I can't blame my mama, my daddy. I made that decision.
Hold on. So do you blame yourself same way you blame the slave master?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I put it on myself.
Okay, so as long as you put it on yourself and know that, you know, that it was your fault, but you changed though. You ain't doing that shit no more, right?
Nah, I'm legit. I got a business and everything.
So the master changed too?
Okay. So
nigga, I changed myself, you coon.
So maybe the master changed, nigga? What you saying?
Why I got
you saying? Nigga?
Nah, he ain't talking to you. He talking to goddamn James, man. James all
yeah, I know, man. Somebody block that.
What's the analogy? Where you going with that?
No, all I'm saying is, bro, that we gotta be accountable. That's it. Let's stop making excuses for Nzinga and whoever. Look, if you owned the slave, nigga, you a slaver. Period.
Right. No. Given that fact,
if you circumstances was, I don't care if everybody else was doing it. Nigga, you made the decision to get in, and that's your decision. And you gotta be held accountable.
Given that fact, my objection is for giving the white man and the white guy a pass.
Yeah, I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished.
What the situation was, what the condition was. You made it. You had a decision. You had a choice to make.
I'm gonna say it again because it sounds like something getting lost in translation.
Yeah, Shaquan. Let me finish.
Let Pianca make a statement real quick, Federal State, then you come out then.
I'm not saying, I'm not making excuses for no decision I made. If I had it to do over again, I wouldn't, especially understanding what I did to myself, the community, etc. My point, can I go or not?
Please let him finish. Go ahead.
I'm after him.
Damn. My point is, whether it was me, another brother, a sister, whoever, the point is, we played pawns in a much bigger game. Not saying we didn't make the decision. Again, if I can finish, I'm not saying we didn't make the decision ourselves. I'm saying we played pawns in a much bigger game.
I'm about to kill that right now. Watch this.
From the gate. Just
watch
like
this, watch this. Listen.
Hold on, bro. Hold
on. Let her get out. You got almost done.
I'm gonna listen when I get done talking.
Okay, go ahead.
At the end of the day, we played the fool because we fell for the game. Because, like you said, we didn't have to do it, but we took the bait. They put the bait out there, we grabbed it, and our community suffered from it. But it was a setup from the start. Everybody heard, if you in the movies, you probably didn't seen The Godfather. Y'all remember when the 5 families met and the one dude hit the table? In my neighborhood, we'd give it to the colors. They animals anyway, let them lose their soul. So that's how it went. Some of us fell for it, some of us didn't. And unfortunately,
they shifted from the point focusing
and
on
we
your
still
personal.
suffering the ramifications from it.
Yeah, they shifted from the point focusing on your personal.
You remember this quote? The only winning move is not to play.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Period.
Period.
Hey, Shaquan.
Period. The only winning move is not to play. And you played.
Federal States want that smoke.
Yeah, hold on.
I
want Shaquan. Shaquan's my boy, man. I like inspiring boys. But let me ask
you. If I give my brother a pass, I gotta give this white motherfucker a pass. This is some
bullshit. Hold on.
You already said that, Jay. You on record.
Hold on.
We got you.
Yo, Shaquan. So by you admitting that you sold drugs to the community and you a member of a Crip, you dig? You know what I'm saying? Don't you think? And you agree? You take all responsibility, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? But the way you were attacking Africans, right? Those people in the past are the past. So you want current African to do what? It's like me saying, because you did what you did, your children should pay for what you did. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is we gotta stop casing for them. I'm not saying we should be against them or I got something against Africans. I'm saying stop making excuses for them. Tell the truth. If they enslaved other Africans, tell the truth. Stop acting like it didn't happen. Stop acting like the white man did everything. No, they had black partners helping. Just keep it a buck.
Can I say something?
Accountability.
Can I say something?
Okay, I got you.
Please.
I ain't got nothing against Africans.
Please. Let me say something, please. And I have to agree with my first brother with Paul. But the other thing, Shaquan, this is no disrespect on you. I would have to cape for you. I would have to cape for a 13-year-old. Because no matter how bright you think you are at 13, the Shaquan that we're looking at today don't know the Shaquan at 13. Cannot understand him. Cannot relate to him. That little dude don't have no experience. The 13-year-old Shaquan is a baby who thought that he was a man. If Shaquan today look back at the 13-year-old, he wouldn't recognize him.
Right.
He cannot understand him. That little dude when he joined a gang, joined it because the situation was set up in his community.
Nah, see, I can't go with that because there was other 13-year-olds that didn't.
Yes.
I made the choice. So I take accountability for myself.
I know.
I'm not gonna blame my community or the situation of my community because there was other 13-year-olds who didn't join.
But why did you join?
So what you gotta say about that?
Why did you join?
Because I was a fucking knucklehead. That's why. I was making bad decisions at that time. That's why.
Hey, Shaquan, do you believe it was only like 5% of people, West African, who's involved in slavery?
5%?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number, but that don't sound right.
So what you say about 40% of West African was in slave thing?
Listen, from the history I understand, right? Is you had a bunch of tribes enslaving other tribes. That was what was going on even before the Portuguese and the Dutch came. You already had Unc said it earlier, you had a thriving inter-Africa slave trade already going on.
Yeah, the reason the Portuguese
that was the Islamic shit coming in there.
Took it to the next level.
Yeah, the reason the Portuguese came is because they got pushed out of another slave port, and they was like they knew where they can go to get slaves, so they went to Congo because they knew that was popping there.
Right, it was already popping. Bro, listen, they didn't just come to Africa like, we just gonna start grabbing niggas. No, they already knew what was going on.
Let Bianca close out.
Jump off. It's been good building with y'all, man. I'm gonna say this though. So it's Crips and Bloods, Vice Lords, Gangster Disciples, all over this country, and they our brothers and sisters, right?
Right.
And I can talk to them, try to understand them, try to get them to reverse their decisions, and because I've been where they at mentally.
Yeah,
and so
me too.
I appreciate you for doing that, bro. And so my point being, I'm gonna take that time out to do that. However, I'm not gonna have the same energy for a skinhead or for a KKK member that I got for them. The same way I ain't gonna have the same energy for an enslaver doing Nzinga time that I got for Nzinga. With that, I'm gonna holler at y'all brothers.
All right, peace, man. And jump on the pen and join us again in the future, bro. Peace.
For sure, bro.
Have a good one, bro.
Yeah, you know, and one thing with the OGs that go back, the first thing they do is they take accountability. Like, young brother, listen, made that bad decision, bro.
Right.
Look at my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I've been to jail, I've been shot, I've been, you know what I mean? They give them the real, like, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it to you so you can go out there and make the same dumb shit I was doing. No, I'm gonna tell you the real.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna make no excuses about it. I ain't gonna blame my mama. I ain't gonna blame my daddy not being there. None of that. I had a decision to make, and that's what I chose to do.
And you believe that you were equipped enough as a 13-year-old to make that decision?
Yeah, I know, exactly. You're right. I shouldn't even been in that position to make that decision. You absolutely right. But the fact remains, I still made it.
I understand that. That's we're on the same page.
You right, though, stupid. You right.
Right, because you wasn't who else I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't even mature enough to make a goddamn decision. Right.
Yeah, so that's what kind of like what we were trying to say when you was talking about the crack era. We already at the time when they introduced that to the community, we was like your age. So we didn't understand. We didn't understand what the hell was going on, what we was doing, and what they was plotting. You know, as the government. Now you from LA, you are the reason why we know that it was a plan because of the Freeway Rick and the Iran Contra scam.
Yeah, but a lot of times
LA that broke that.
But a lot of times
Maxine Waters and all that involved in that.
But a lot of times it wasn't the kids that jumped first; it was the older people that jumped first, and they was hustling using the kids because the kids wouldn't get the same type of punishment because they're juveniles.
You know why I got out there, right? Because look, the building I grew up in, right, nigga, all the hustlers used to be in front of the building. All of them. I'm talking about 5.0, Impalas.
Right.
You feel me? And if you a young 12, 13-year-old, that shit, you know, that shit gonna do something to you. Like, oh, I want to know what they doing.
Yeah, but that's the perpetual cycle that me and Stu Pease is talking about. We've seen that too.
Hey, Shaquan, let me also say about that history of Africa, right? A lot of those prisoner of war, when they go to war with each other, right? If they capture you, right? It's a lot different than slavery and shit like that. Because what it would do is what they would do is they would capture the prisoner, right? And they would have to, it's like indentured servants, right? But also they were allowed to marry into the clan. They can even marry to the top, you know.
That's only a small scale society when you got like a little small tribe and you get one or two. But in those big nations, that shit ain't playing out like that. That's not
right. That wasn't going on in the Ashanti Empire.
Yeah, hell no. You talking about 30% of the whole class. Like in some situations, they may have more slaves than the goddamn actual people.
Right. But they was not doing it like how the Atlanta slave were doing it. They wasn't.
Listen, bro.
Now you want to measure.
Right. Now I was just about to say, now you want to measure slavery.
No, I'm not measuring. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
It was good slavery. It was good slavery.
Right. It was good slavery.
and yeah, I mean, I'm not doing that.
Basically, what you saying? You would have rather been a slave in Africa than in America.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nigga, you
goddamn right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nigga. You know, I mean, come on. The difference is, right? Most of those slave in Americas, right? Not just you and your family. There was a longevity. That's grandma. That's ancestor. I mean, that's your offspring. That shit. Yeah. It wasn't like that on the continent.
Yeah, but how'd you get there? How did you get there for it to be your mama, your grandmama, your
What you mean? Give me that. What do you mean?
Yeah, but the reason you there is because the shit happened over there. You can't untie yourself for that shit.
Right. You can't have one without the other, bro.
Yeah.
You got here because some other Africans snatched your ass up and sold you to the Dutch.
No. Now my people, my dingo and crew, nigga, we didn't get on that slave ship, nigga. We were either fighting the slave ship or we a part of the slave ship, or selling people, nigga.
That's how you're supposed to go out.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. No, I mean,
but all I'm just saying is accountability, bro. I'm not saying that Africans is awful people or nothing. I'm just saying we just gotta tell the truth about the story. That's all.
Yeah, you don't sugarcoat it. We got an issue sometimes. We goddamn making excuses about shit.
Yeah. I was listening. I'm like, these niggas is crazy.
Yeah, because when you can take accountability for your own shit, then you can be like, then now you can look at everybody the same.
Yeah, you can make a judgment call on it. Yeah. Take responsibility. Yeah, you responsibility and shit. Make a judgment call on it. No, nothing wrong with that.
You feel me? But like, even with the whole Nzinga situation, like I understand, like it was the time of the day. You feel me? So she played ball. I get it, but let's not make excuses like she didn't play ball.
Well, she knocked home runs and all type of shit. She was an all-star.
She had to play ball.
She was an all-star, bro. Come on.
Yeah. But what? The Golden Glove and shit.
But when you get, you know how the European say Alexander the Great and all that shit, they give respect, even though he was enslaving his own people. He was doing all kinds of shit.
So we want to name Nzinga the Great.
Yeah. Why we don't give
Nzinga the Great? Huh?
If you call her a villain, let her be a villain. But she was a great. Why can't she be great for doing
it? Nzinga the Great.
Do what white people do.
Yeah, Peter the Great. You have Alexander the Great.
You know they always want to do what white people do.
You do what the white people
do. Like, hey, so they be like, well, white people claim all the other Jews. So why
Yo.
I said, you niggas really want to be white people for real.
No, but I'm just saying though, why can't she be great? Why can't she can't be?
Your ass. Like they claim the Dramatic tribes, and why Africans can't claim Egypt?
Man.
You the federal states of Kemet. You don't realize you thought.
Goddamn right. Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
Hey, hold on. How you all the way in Kemet and you goddamn in Liberia and shit?
A nigga on the whole other side of the continent.
Why you not get linked in with niggas in Kemet? Goddamn, you fucking already in Liberia fighting African Americans and shit. Federated state. Oh, you done did that. Hey, yo, man, but man, it's 12 though. It's been a good show, man. Hey,
true.
Man, all right, shout out to the Sulu Cup. Make sure everybody hit that like button on the way out.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me tell one last thing before I leave.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, support and shit. Goddamn, it's good.
Nzinga is Nzinga the Great from now on.
Nzinga the Great.
And if Alexander the Great can be Alexander the Great, Nzinga can be Nzinga the Great.
Nzinga the Great.
Nzinga the Great.
Yes. Yes. She wasn't perfect. She was the great.
She was the great.
So what's up, man? We getting Marcus Garvey up out of here tomorrow.
No,
they putting something together. That shit could be a fiery show. That could be a fiery.
Don't do that.
Hey, no, you know what we gotta do? We gotta get Hidden Colors up out of here.
Oh yeah,
that shit destroyed the community.
Yeah, that shit did crazy. Got niggas fucked up with the history and shit.
Oh my god, they got niggas taking their eyeballs and all kind of shit.
Yeah, they the real Indians and shit. Niggas are real Indians, the real Egyptians, the real Israelites. God damn, like where these other motherfuckers just popped up at? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like
niggas, that's the community that made us, man. They made us. That's where that nigga at, man?
Who?
Polite and
Polite got a case.
Yeah, Polite was Polite.
Polite made us. Goddamn him and Seti. Goddamn Seti.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I used to fuck with Seti, though.
I used to fuck with Seti too. You know what I'm saying?
Seti, my nigga.
He was funny as hell.
He was funny as hell, but I moved on from all that, you know? The nigga advanced, I found y'all. I'm like, okay, I can't even watch Seti no more.
Cracker Nardis. Cracker Nardis. What he be saying? He be saying all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah, he be like Chrono. What he call him? Chrono.
He called
straight up the middle. Straight up the middle.
Say my nigga.
Me and young Pharaoh. They wild, bro. Yeah, man. But thank everybody for coming through, man. Listen, man.